Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. If you've never been here before, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like button and let us know how you feeling today. Browns versus the Bengals. The Browns have the opportunity here to pretty much end the Bengals' thin playoff hopes. So that is the hope here for the Cleveland Browns to accomplish today. We'll see if they accomplish such a goal. We're going to get an extended look at DTR. No more excuses, right? If he looks bad today, it's over. Right? Like that's it for DTR. So we get the no excuses look into what DTR is or is not going to be going forward. Hold on, let me test something real quick. New customers bet $5 get working. Cool. We get the no excuses look into what DTR is and is not going to be going forward. We get a full look into David Njoku being back, and we get to see this defense try to put up a top-tier performance versus a very tough Bengals offense. So we'll see. We'll see. Hold on. Where is...
I'm going to use my name to sell buffalo wings during football games. Come on, you can't believe everything you read. This is your yearbook.
Yep. All right, cool.
You think I chose to have this delicious nickname just to sell people?
Yep. See how the Browns come out. All right, we about to be it. Well, Chris, we get to find out if he truly is hot trash, right? Like, ain't no shame in finding out. Got our first super chat of the day. Rex Fortune is in the holiday spirit. I appreciate anybody who's going to be in the holiday spirit right now. $5 super chat. Merry Christmas, Q. Let's get a nice holiday dub. Also, Mobley may end up being the best athlete in Cleveland to wear 4. No knock against Phil Dawson. That was smooth. That was a smooth one. That was real smooth. Yeah, I mean, Evan Mobley living up to the hype. Would love to see that in brown and orange, right? But yeah, Evan Mobley is that dude. Got Fred Hines in the chat. What's up, Mr. Himes? Mr. and Mrs. Himes, right?
All right, the Jamar Chase for the season it's been for him, really one of the all-time seasons in the history of this franchise.
Got Mr. Grimes in the chat too. How you doing, Mr. Grimes?
Imagine to somehow get them into the playoffs. Kevin Stefanski, meantime, a couple of playoff berths under his watch, but there's been a far different set of circumstances this year.
Browns wearing the all whites.
These were their worst seasons since that Witness 2017 campaign.
All right, we're going to see DTR to start. He gets smacked right at the 23. Look, the Bengals going to come out and give you a playoff effort. I hope DTR is understanding that. This might not be a good defense, but they're going to come out with a playoff-like effort. Q, don't you think we should tank at this point? Look, I don't think you should try to manufacture shit. Let's see where the cards lay out at the end of the year. But the Browns, for organizational purposes, they should go out every week and try to win every game that they play in. Wherever they end up in the draft order. Good run by Jerome Ford. Jerome Ford's loose. Jerome Ford's at the 50. He's gone. 10. All the way to the 10. Big run. Christmas time is here. Let's do this, Q. Absolutely, Mr. Hans. Yeah, like if you're the Browns organization, you cannot come in here thinking about tanking, right? You got to just try to win every game possible and then play the cards that you're dealt, right? We can't try to force what cards are in our hands. We keep trying to do that. This doesn't lead to successful results. You just got to play with the cards that you're dealt. We get the 7th pick, make the best pick you can with the 7th pick. You get the 3rd pick, make the best pick you can with the 3rd pick, right? We can't be in here super worried about trying to force and manipulate these hands that we get, because we've had great hands in Cleveland Browns history before, and we've done nothing with them before, right? Like, we've had the top pick, we've had the top 5 picks, we ain't done shit with them in good drafts. So I'm less worried about forcing my hand and more worried about playing your hand once it's dealt. You feel me?
Today, David Njoku arches back, didn't play last week with a hamstring. No Cedric Tillman in that wide receiver core.
Yeah, and without Chubb, but Ford really, he about split carries with Nick Chubb, and Ford has had his opportunities.
All right, DTR, finish the drive. Oh, run. All right, 31.
Shot the line of the game, which is right around that Cincinnati 1-yard line. Jordan Battle, who's making another start on the back end of Luana Rumo's defense, was there to make the tackle. Injuries for this defense. We know they lost Sam Hubbard to the knee injury last week. No Sheldon Rankins today. He's out a second straight week with that illness.
And this defense had a chance to see Dorian Thompson-Robinson. He got his first action really the second half.
Oh, Deontay Foreman. I ain't see him in a minute. Oh, timeout.
A terrible start for a defense that has been maligned all year. This has been, one of the big stories here. The Bengals offense that has been almost historically good and has been held back by the defensive issues, started with the injuries that they've had. So we take a look at the narrowing pathway for the Cincinnati team to the playoffs. Well, they've got to win out their final 3 games, and then they need some help, Arch, from some of the teams that are in front of them in the standings.
Yeah, the way I look at it, you see Denver, they have to lose their last 2 games. Denver's last game of the season was against the Kansas City Chiefs. And if the Chiefs lose to Pittsburgh next week, then they're probably going to have to play their starters to play for the #1 seed. So that also plays in to the Bengals play.
First down. He got it. That's touchdown. That's touchdown. Where the far? That's touchdown.
And it appears to be a little bit short.
It's not short.
But it is going to be first down. So first down, goal to goal for the Browns.
That's a touchdown. That was close, right? Head, knee down. Yeah, okay. It's short.
He's had an opportunity to play.
Knee was down.
He's done a pretty good job as well.
All right, just sneak it in. Easy money.
It was kind of the odd man out here. Gerald Ford and Pierre Strong sharing the load with Nick Chubb, but big, powerful back. Wouldn't be surprised to see him take this and go downhill one more time.
He's in. There we go.
Somebody's yelling
Football didn't come loose as a fight for it. The call in the field initially was touchdown. It was Winston Reed. So the call in the field.
Let's see it. Hold on.
Obviously, take a look at this. Every strong play subject to automatic review.
I think that ball was out.
Well, it appeared to be out from that vantage point. First look.
So the question is, was it out before the ball crossed the plane?
And was there a clear recovery? No, it was out.
Recovery looked like Cincinnati. Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
It was Von Bell, Arch, who came up and made that hit to jar the football loose.
Yeah, that's a fumble. And is there a clear recovery? That's where it gets dicey and where the Browns might have a chance to get away with it. It looked like Von got his hands on it. Like, gut feeling, I think they're going to get that fumble. I think they're going to get that fumble. The question, like, it's clearly a fumble. It did not cross the plane. The question is, was there a clear and obvious recovery? They're usually pretty lenient on that. You can argue that it's not a clear recovery, but from what I've watched, they usually give them that. So I think it's going to be Bengals ball on the 2-inch line right here. Again, man, the story of the Browns season, Kevin Stefanski said it on Hard Knocks. We shoot ourselves in the foot. We keep making these little mistakes. run up the middle. It's supposed to be a touchdown. You got Deontay Foreman in there who's literally signed to the team to do that. And he can't hang on to the ball. Like small mistakes. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably going to be a 2-inch liner. Yeah, it's a fumble for sure. It's absolutely a fumble. He fumbled. And if you're Deontay Foreman, like, you can't have that happen, bro. You've been fighting to get on the team. You've been on the practice squad. Well, not on the practice squad. On the inactive list all season since Nick Chubb's come back. You finally get an opportunity to score a touchdown. How do you not hold on to that ball in that moment? Like, I can't be mad at the play call. That was the right play call. You ran it up the middle. You didn't try any cutesy shit. Dude just fumbled. Like, what am...
This holiday season, give the gift of sport.
Look like the Browns offense. No, it looked like the defense out there.
And by Burger King.
The touchdown run by Deontay Foreman has been overturned. His shin was down first. The recovery by Cincinnati. What a play by Von Bell to jar loose. And the Bengals take over. Unbelievable turn of events to get the Bengals to football as they able to get here at their own 1-yard line. Hard snap count. Did they get the Browns to...
That's on them.
Diabate.
It's a hard count.
He moved prematurely.
He wasn't in the neutral zone. 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 Oh, it's bullshit. He wasn't even in the neutral zone. Was he? Let me see the replay.
Just as Cleveland was marching in to that long touch,
All right, bro.
6-yarder for Jerome Ford, the fumble. The turn of events in that Burrow.
They just let Joe Burrow get away with shit.
First and 10 just outside their butt. Burrow to the air for completion as he finds T. Higgins. It's bringing Gene's territory. Gene, what did you think? Did you see conclusive evidence to overturn?
Yeah, just an inch or two, Spiro, and you can see as Dante Foreman starts forward.
He didn't even extend it. He fumbled. Like, that's crazy.
But the ball just comes loose before that shin hits the ground, and it's a good ruling of a fumble. Close play, and as you guys said, great.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of them ones that's on the players entirely, dog.
6-yard line, so really great play after the fumble recovery. First series for Cincinnati.
We thank Gene weighing in for us. 2nd and 1 now for Cincy. Burrow working from the gun. This is Chase Brown. That'll be a first down for the Bengals. As he will work his way close to that 15-yard line. Joe Burrow Arch, statistically, and this is saying something, best season of his career. He's had some MVP caliber years. Just has been on another planet this year for this offense.
Yeah, you usually look at touchdown to interception ratio is 3-1 is a good barometer. This is 4-1, almost a 5-1 touch.
And like shit like that, right? The fumble at the goal line. This has been the Browns' issues all year.
Test says Joe Burrow at the elite level.
I think Burrow may have lost his wristband with the plays. Whether that or didn't have it to begin with, here's Jamar Chase on a jet sweep. Finds that edge against Cleveland's defense. Gets down up to the 20-yard line. It's a run of
2nd and 3.
Chase gives different actions with this offense. Amarius Mims continues to be one of the headliners. Young man who continues to come into his own.
I mean, who else we got? Pierre Strong. Like that's the problem too. Is like this is why you need to draft multiple running backs. Because right now you want to bench Deontay Foreman. What you gonna do? Go to Pierre Strong and goal line? He's awful. He's awful in that situation. He's another home run hitter. Like it's either Jerome Ford, who's not a power back.
Slipping the initial tackle. As he walks a tightrope below.
It's either Jerome Ford, who's not a power back, or is Deontay Foreman. I mean, like DTR too small to do a sneak with. So like, what? You ain't got no short arctic options right now. Like that's the dude who's supposed to do it. He got to go back out there and do it.
with his wristband of play calls on that wrist. Interesting.
Yeah.
QB sneak, he's 10 pounds. Like, that was the right call, man. Like, we can argue about it because it didn't work, but nobody was saying anything about the play call. Now y'all making the play call the problem. Get the fuck out of here. He fumbled. Like,
We've seen winning games breaking out early in this one. Brown closing in on the best statistical season of his young and 2-year career.
you know the Bengals are going to score 2 points at a premium in this one.
Brown has he's been excellent. And really,
Can't give up 7 like that.
Offense, such a different dynamic in the backfield, especially when teams have to try to figure out how we're going to match up with Chase, how we're going to match up with T. Higgins. Well, you start allocating your resource to the passing game, and Chase Brown has shown that when he gets the ball in his hand, he has been able to make something happen.
Throw faking to him, back to the wide open. It's Higgins.
Are we like in soft zone here?
With Chase and Higgins.
I mean, to be fair, Joe Burrow's first drive versus the Browns defense is always solid. It's the drives after that that he usually struggles.
Injuries that they've had to contend with, really almost going back to the first days of training camp.
Nah, Joe always has good first. Like, that stop, chill. Y'all know Joe always has a good first drive against the Browns.
Look at Cleveland's defense, and really both of these defense. They just haven't been able, outside of one player, Garrett for the Browns, Hendrickson for the Bengals, to generate consistent pressure on the quarterback.
Got to make the tackle, Devin. Got to make the tackle, Devin. You were there.
That's another run of 20 plus for Brown.
Boy, watch this block inside by the center, number 64, Ted Karras. How he's able to just
Devin, you got to make that play right there, bro. You've been playing so much better this year. You right there.
to just get out there, reach the linebacker, and Brown really hit the whole mark here today.
We've got already over 120 rushing yards between the two offenses. And we have barely played 8 minutes. Pocket collapses.
He was down. He was down. There's no shot he was up. Let me see the replay on that. Let me see the replay on that. If he made that throw on his knees, that's crazy. So he was touched. He's down. Let's see. Go back. Wow. Did he get that shit off? Slow it down.
Just the upper body strength to be able to even get it out, and it is awfully close.
I think he got
If
it.
this thing stands, it's a 99-yard touchdown drive for the Bengals. After Von Bell not loose to create the takeaway, just the Cincinnati.
It's good.
So they said it was good. It's a hell of a play.
So it has been confirmed replay assist. Archie, just running out of adjectives to describe what we're seeing.
He can't give Joe Burrow momentum.
Plays last week where somehow, some way, he got away from pressure to make some big plays down the field.
Point after.
All right, got to make him score more than 7 to win. Got to score some points offensively. Gave up a chance to get 7 easy there to start. You knew the Bengals were going to score.
Leads the Bengals down the field, finding Higgins for 6.
And DTR's in the medical tent. Yeah, we're going to get Bailey Zapp this next drive. Yeah, Foreman had one of them seasons that's going to get him out the league this year, bro. Like, just a bad year. And then there's, 20 running backs coming in this class? Yeah, he's done for, bro. That's tough. All right. Yeah, they got down the field pretty easy on them first drive. So see what they do for the rest of the drives. Gotta provide more resistance than that. The fumble took the air out of the team. Yeah, I think that's a tough one, right? If you're the defense, you're expecting to get 7 points. You fumble, so now you pissed off. And look, this defense plays its worst football right after the offense pulls some bullshit. Like, that's always what happens with this team. This year, especially. When the offense pulls off some bullshit, the defense come out there, they add to the bullshit, right? They complement the bullshit by being on bullshit themselves. They get too caught up in what the offense does or doesn't do, right? And that's a prime example of it. They'll come out on the next drive and play better defense than that. But that one right there, that was a pure result of like, okay, you got caught on your heels because you was on some bullshit, because you was mad that the offense was on some bullshit. You lose the spot to get them off the 2-inch line, right? Because you get the penalty to start the drive. And then the Bengals just had you on the heels. You never locked in. You never focused. And you allowed your anger of the offense fucking up to make you fuck up. And now you both look like fuck ups. It's really what happened. Yeah, the Zappy man.
Performance, Cincinnati recovered, and Joe Burrow leads him 99 yards to a touchdown. Incredible.
Yeah, both defenses. Other than that forced fumble on the goal line, really offering.
Nah, he was touched, and he wasn't down, though. He propelled his thigh up. Like, Joe Burrow made a play.
Brown really started this game off strong.
Joe Burrow extended his franchise record with his 37th touchdown pass of the season. This is Ford. Crosses the 25, taking on tacklers. Aditi, we saw Dorian Thompson-Robinson being checked down in the medical tent.
Okay, he's good.
What happened?
That's exactly it. He went into the tent. He had his calf checked out. But he came back out. You can see him.
Yeah, he was stretching it during that first drive.
He's good to go.
All right, DTR, show some composure here, man.
His first appearance this season, week 7 against these Bengals. He had to leave that game with a finger injury before giving way to Jameis Winston for the next 7-8 weeks. DTR gets his first start of the year, his 4th of his young career. As they begin here just outside the 25, and the Bengals nearly took that hand.
Mike Hilton just saw it coming. Again, the Bengals are giving you a playoff effort. They got to win every single one of these games to stay alive. They're going to give you a good shot here.
When you play the Cincinnati Bengals, you have to know where number 21.
Oh, he was following Jerry Jeudy and saw it.
Excellent run defender, tremendous blitzer.
Now we behind the sticks.
He ends up making 1, 2, 3 plays in the backfield.
Had a pick last week, one of their 6.
Oh, Jesus.
Taylor Britt, who saved the touchdown earlier with his tackle on Ford after that long run. Michael Woods was the intended receiver. There's no Anarumo, but shaky start to this game for his defense, but boy, did they answer to get that early takeaway to set him up with the football.
Yeah, and as I look at it, it's a defense they just haven't been able to make the critical play in the key moment of the close games in which they have lost. They've been out of position. They haven't communicated well. And that's been a big reason why the Bengals are where they are.
Cleveland goes to the check.
All right, yeah. Going for the punt. That makes sense.
Well, short of the first down markers, they pick up only 7, so the Browns 3 and out, and will be forced to punt.
Well, a much better series by Cincinnati. It all starts, again, with that big negative play by Mike Hilton coming off of the edge. And so it's good for Cincinnati after a horrible start to this game. Yes, they got the takeaway and the forced fumble, but to come back, regroup, and force the 3 and out.
All right, defense.
No punters at 1 punch this season in the So he's got the longest one in the league this season, an 84-yarder in late September against Las Vegas. Fair catch signaled here by Isaiah Williams. A 45-yard punt by Marquez. Here comes Burrow in Cincinnati up to the 7-0 lead on CBS.
All right. Well, we'll see what you do on the second drive, man. We'll see what y'all do. I mean, they came out looking great on offense. They ran the ball well, got down the field. Then they gave up a fumble, completely swinged how this game felt. Got to swing it on defense or something. You got to get a swing back. What you do know is that the Bengals aren't going – well, nobody's going to win this game on 7 points alone. You would hope. Yeah, I'm looking at the replay of Joe Burrow throwing that ball. It's pretty incredible he was able to propel himself and throw an accurate football there. Yeah, the only benefit is that it's early, right? Super early in the first. You get a stop here. You get to calm the game down a little bit. Maybe go on a long drive, answer back with some points. But you got to calm this game down a little bit.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by K, the official partner of couples who love the game. And by Prime Video. Watch the Seahawks and Bears on Thursday Night Football.
First meeting of the season between these two teams, week 7 back in Cleveland. That was the game that Deshaun Watson went down with that devastating Achilles injury. I think his season DTR, who had been penciled in as the number 2 just that week, came in and ended up leaving himself after injuring his hand. Here's Burrow on the rook, gets it to Chase. Another first down connection.
So they're going straight at the boundary. They're going real hard at the boundary.
First drive for Cincy.
That sure is. How about James Brown already? 3 carries, 46 yards. Joe Burrow, 4 for 41 yards.
Martin, you can't get lost in coverage. You still got to stick to your man.
99-yard drive to strike first in this game.
Bengals working just outside their 41-yard line. Looks like Burrow may be changing the play here at the line of scrimmage after it takes a snapshot of that Browns defense. Burrow protected well, slinging it far side, right back to Chase.
Why are we not protecting the boundary of the field? They've been attacking it all game. Like we just not going field side, doing anything there.
Trios, you can imagine. Great defense.
I've said this before, but you know what it reminds me of?
Who do I like in this upcoming draft? Abdul Carter, Mason Graham. Did you see Abdul Carter last night? It's a bad motherfucker.
When you play single high defense, one-on-one on the outside, that's what it reminds me of.
Good start continues for Chase Brown as they run him straight up the gut. Let's get an NFL Today update. Busy day. Here's Matt Ryan.
All right, Spiro. Jalen Hurts out of the game. Kenny Pickett into the game. Fires a touchdown pass to A.J. Brown. That puts the Eagles on top 14-0. Hurts being evaluated for the injury. Back to you guys.
What? All right, man. Philly trying to lock up the NFC East. That long-standing NFL rivalry continues. Top here in Cincinnati, Joe Burrow and company working plus 7 the field at the Cleveland 45, 2nd and 7. As Burrow here works from the gun. Play action. Burrow pulled it back, then gets it in anyway. It's Brown again. And Chase Brown, what a player Archie's turning into. He had to split the backfield to begin the year with Zach Moss. They eventually lost Moss to the neck injury, but Aditi, he is turning into some kind of player in this offense.
Some kind of pass catcher, Sparrow. That's what Chase Brown worked on this entire offseason. I actually talked to him this week. He said 4 months he went down to Atlanta to work with the receiver coach to work completely on the art of catching the ball. And I said, why? He said, you know who our quarterback
the
is,
racist
right?
is back
In this
here.
offense, you better know how to catch the ball.
And boy, has that hard work paid off. Scrimmage yards among the league leaders and running backs as Higgins makes the catch coming across the middle. And Archie, you can add that in the backfield with everything else we mentioned with Burrow and these 2 stud wide receivers. You're putting together some kind of an offense.
It is because it started last year. Teams really started to play a lot of cover 2. That's 2 safeties back with the corners up. And it really gave them defenses a chance to kind of double both T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. And so what happens? You start to take away the receivers. Well, now the running back in the check down game and the pass game now has good matchups inside. So the better, the more they
There you go, Miles. No, it's Dalvin. No, Briggs. Good play by Briggs.
Difficult to defend.
Cleveland making a nice play there on the middle as Briggs able to dump Brown for a loss of 2. But you look at
Good shit, Briggs.
Week 9, only Saquon and Jamar Chase have more scrimmage yards in the NFL. So he's been a big catalyst in this offense.
Yeah, and you can see the ability to hit big plays, and he hasn't had to do it in this game, but I thought last week especially.
Protect the
really
boundary
good job
side.
of avoiding contact at the line of scrimmage to pick up.
All right, they're going to throw field side out. And it's going to be the 80. That's where you're looking. He missed it. All right, it's a field goal.
Dangerous play. With Burrow just feeling some pressure there towards the tail end, he had a chance, and that is his first incompletion in his first 9 attempts. Now the Bengals are going to try a field goal.
Yeah, watch, you're going to see T. Higgins. He is wide open over the middle, and just because the pass rush, really good job on this bottom.
No, that shouldn't have been a touchdown. Like, Joe Burrow almost comes back and makes an incredible play because he's Joe Burrow. But that would have been an impossible play for most quarterbacks to make. The Browns are – that was actually a good call by Jim Schwartz. He keyed in. Oh, he missed that.
A couple of other stops, rolling back for a second stint. He's kicking here for a 3rd straight week for Evan McPherson.
Ain't trust him. Don't draft him. K. York. So you got to stop. Got to stop. Hopefully, you can slow this game down a little bit, get some points. We've seen DTR throw like 2 passes, y'all. Like, we don't know if he's played good or bad yet. I think that's the one win I got this year. After years of arguing with the internet about kickers, because y'all on the internet, for whatever reason, maybe it was Pat McAfee's podcast blowing up, fell in love with kickers. Kept talking about, oh, Quincy, you're hating on the kicker position. You're hating on special teams. You don't understand how hard it is to be a special teamer. Like Pat McAfee had y'all acting wild. Okay? And I was the only one brave enough to say it at that time that you should not trust kickers and you definitely shouldn't draft them. Now that's become a mainstream agenda. You're welcome. Okay? You're welcome. Had the Browns PR out here talking about this why you draft the kicker. It's always a dumb idea. Every time somebody draft the kicker, we talk about Sebastian Janikowski. Like he wasn't even the best kicker of his generation. Good stat. You got to throw the ball, though. It was a nice hitch, but you got to throw the ball. I mean, was there no dump off for him? And now you're back in like he's not the kind of quarterback that can be behind the sticks like this. So if you're Ken Dorsey, like why would you call a shot on first down if that's the case? And if you're a DTR, get rid of the ball and get it out to the flat if it's there. More Myles Garrett sacks or DTR INTs? I don't know. All right, we're at like 3rd and 11.
Davis Gaither. Middle of that Cincinnati defense gets him for a loss of 6. So 3rd and 11. Some set of circumstances here for Dorian Thompson-Robinson making his first start of the season for Cleveland. It looks like we are.
Planet Kate York games, play Kate York games, win Kate York prizes. The thing about Kate York that always blew my mind is like I don't understand why people thought he had this crazy upside. Like everybody talked about Kate York like he had this amazing upside and he was like he had this potential to be the greatest kicker of all time. I'm like, how the fuck do we even measure upside for a kicker? Like, we don't even understand how to draft the position properly, but people telling me about upside for Kate York. Had y'all out here talking about it's the holder that's the problem. Remember that when we wanted to cut Bajorquez because some of y'all thought the holds were the issue with Kate York instead of Kate York just completely being cheeks? He done had 12 different holders. He missing kicks still. Chris Gustafaru says, come on, Q. Punters are people too. Punters are people, but y'all was going crazy with them special teamers. And I do blame Pat McAfee for that. 100%. Like, I get the ideal of like, okay, we're going to go out there with DTR, right? Fine. You're a 3-win team in December, right? It does not matter if you're a 4-win team in December. But if you're going to put DTR out there, like, let's kind of call the game like we got a rookie or a second-year player out there, right? Like, this is the stuff that makes me nervous when you talk about drafting a quarterback. Because it's like, are we gonna plan for that? Because I've seen them put more training wheels around Jacoby Brissett than they're willing to put around DTR at times. And that just like, I don't know why that happens. Yeah, every time you draft a kicker, you're just drafting a kicker for somebody else to sign. Now, y'all arguing about quarterbacks in the chat. Welcome to. Hold on. Welcome to Cleveland, Mason Graham. If we can get Trey Hendrickson, Caleb Downs, or Nick Singleton in the third. Oh, Trey Henderson. I thought you said Trey Hendrickson. I'm like, I'm not going to draft Trey Hendrickson. He's on the Bengals. Nick Singleton in the third. Swing back day 3 and get ETN or Scatterboo. You ain't got to. Yeah, I mean, you get ETN day 3 for sure. I will argue if you're going to get ETN, that's pretty much the same experience as Jerome Ford, except for he's a little bigger. Like, you got to be okay with that. I would want an actual running back if I'm the Browns. Right? Like, ETN not going to be your every down guy. The offseason going to hurt like hell? No, it's not. It's going to feel much better than the regular season.
While working the sidelines for us, Jason Ross, our producer, Mark Grant, our director. A little shout out today to our technical director, Griff Jacob from the Cleveland area. He and his wife, Chrissy, expecting their first child in January. Happy holidays. We wish them all the best. The rest of our CBS family. Happy to have you with us here from Cincinnati. 1st and 10 Bengals as they play just outside their 25-yard line. Chase in motion.
Good tackle.
Chase the tape.
There you go.
Look at the numbers that Joe Burrow.
Still a 7-point game, 1-score game.
It's the MVP of the NFL. But obviously, with the win-loss record the way it is, it's likely not how it's going to end for Joe Burrow.
Yeah, it's not the way it's supposed to work. Everything that we know about the NFL is that when you have not only having, but really one of the top 1, 2 elite performers in the National Football League, again, you should be thinking about whether or not you're the number 1 seed, let alone on the outside looking in of the playoffs.
What a catch.
All right, 3rd and short.
And we sat with him this week, and the body language, you can immediately sense the frustration. He's one of those guys who wears his emotions on his sleeve. He's actually taking some heat for that for so little. The outburst last week, you said, I probably had to temper some of that back. I've been criticized in the past, not showing enough emotion. Now maybe too much emotion, but it's been a tough year for Burrow.
Well, it's confusing to him as well because it's his experience that when he plays well, he wins. This is a very unique situation for him to be in. Again, the level of quarterback play.
Chase Brown, covered. Stick. There we go. Get him off the field. Good job, defense. Good job, defense. Way to stick. Much better. He rolled out. They stuck. They tried to roll. You see what they were trying to do here. They were trying to get the ball to Chase Brown on the other side. So they're going to show the actual side of the play they were trying to get to. They were trying to get this ball to Chase Brown a little out underneath. Great job by Devin Bush covering that, right? Sat on that. And then you see stick. Good job.
The Cincinnati wide receivers. And so finally you get some tight windows, no immediate throw for Joe Burrow. They flush him out of the pocket, and now Cleveland gets a chance to give it back to their offense.
James Prochet, who's just...
It's funny how, like, chat is, like, 100% shitting on DTR, but you motherfuckers were the people telling me the DTR was, like, the next Patrick Mahomes. Like, it's crazy how that happened. Right? It's like y'all going so far on him. I saw somebody call him a high school quarterback. It's like y'all going so far in the disrespect on him because some of you guys were wrong about him. Like some of y'all was the ones messaging me, getting mad at me every time I shot down the idea that this dude was like Lamar Jackson / DTR, / Patrick Mahomes. Y'all remember when y'all was doing that? Remember y'all was on Cleveland.com sending them messages in? I remember. And then now y'all out here just straight up trashing the dude. Maybe you're going so far because you were riding with it and now you're mad at him because he wasn't these crazy expectations. Just let the game play out. We don't got to shit on the dude already. Like, this is too much. Like, y'all doing too much in chat right now. Y'all love to pile on somebody, but like, damn, like, he's not playing good. Okay. But some of y'all go too far with it. Way too far with it. It's okay to say he's not good, but some of y'all be going too far. It's a video on my channel reacting to some of y'all saying this crazy shit about DTR. I got this shit on a weekly basis after the Browns drafted him. Like, this is the thing I hate about how we react to sports. It's like we just do these giant swings on players where we're like, oh, he's the worst thing ever. Let's pile on him. Or we just act like this dude's going to be the best thing ever. Like, y'all going to do this shit with Jamari Thrash next year because some of y'all were riding so hard for Jamari Thrash. If he doesn't play well next year, y'all going to shit on Jamari Thrash. And it's ridiculous, bro. Like, every year, there's like 5 players this happens to where like the internet hypes up and y'all get too crazy with it. Y'all get mad at people when they tell you, hey, you're doing a little bit too much there. And then you find out that you was doing too much. So now you do too much in the other direction and basically like try to equate this man and strip him of all his humanity. It's insane. Like, he's not playing good. He's not a very good quarterback. We could just leave it at that. I don't care. Being frustrated ain't no excuse to be an asshole.
CBS playoff game from a wild card through the AFC Championship live on Paramount Plus. 7-0 Cincinnati as we rejoin you from Cincinnati. 7-0 Bengals early stages second quarter. Torrance Robinson fourth career start as they work from their 23. They'll keep it on the ground. So we got a big coming up to make the stop. Let's get another NFL today update to New York. Can't bad run.
All right, Spiro over in Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson is going to take it and follow quick.
We're run by A. Rich.
Into the end zone. This game is knotted up. That's set. Back to you guys.
Man, what a run there, what a block. Quentin Nelson, my goodness. Chiseling a running lane there for AR. Indianapolis eliminated with a loss, trying to cling to their diminishing playoff hopes.
All right, finally got some normal down and distance for second down. Hesitating. Left tackle, then a hold up. He's got to get rid of the ball quicker. He's trying to play in rhythm. He don't got the feel of the rhythm here, right? So Trey, did we get a good chip on him? Nope. Didn't get a single chip on him. Didn't get a single hand on him. And it's going to end up in a sack. We've been behind the sticks all game. All game, we've been in third and long. That's not DTR's fault. Did you just see what happened? Now he's trying to throw shit downfield and force it. It's going to turn into a bunch of interceptions by the time we get to the second half if they keep getting behind the sticks like this. That's what they're building to. But offensively, we've been atrocious. Atrocious. I mean, it's a multiple. It's what? DTR probably got to get rid of the ball quicker, sure. But he's like a second-year player, so you expect that there's going to be – like, you got to – this is why I'm like, I don't care about shitting on DTR right now, right? Because when you have a rookie quarterback in next year or the year after, this is the shit that you have to protect for. Like, your rookie quarterback next year, no matter if it's the guy you like in the draft or not, he's going to hold the ball. He's going to not know where to go with this sometimes. He's going to have these mistakes. He's not just going to get rid of that shit super fast. Like, if you draft Shador, if you draft Cam, if you draft Jalen, whoever the fuck it is that you like in this draft, this is the stuff that you have to see. Like, hey, can you even put a dude out there right now? And yeah, is DTR playing good? No, obviously not. He's a 5th round pick. I've said he's a backup at best since the day he got drafted. But is this a situation where you can expect somebody to thrive if they were a rookie? Constantly being in second and long? Constantly getting put behind the sticks, either by penalty or because your offensive line is not blocking? Like, yeah, left tackle play, we were getting away with it with Jameis because Jameis is a vet. He gets rid of the ball quickly. But if you're not going to have a vet in there, or you're going to plan on eventually putting a rookie in there this year, next year, the year after, you got to have that shit figured out because that rookie ain't going to know how to mitigate his left tackle play to a super high level, to the level that Jameis is as a 10-year vet. You got to build around some of this. Part of why DTR is out there is so they can make those determinations for the next guy, not necessarily to evaluate DTR. Like, by the time that, like, you get to DTR, it's like he's getting an opportunity just because he's the young guy that can get an opportunity. But this isn't really about DTR at this point. It's like, okay, how much was Jameis's pocket presence covering up for tackle? How much was Jameis's veteran ability covering up for some of the stuff in the run game? Because you're going to give up some of that if you go to a rookie. Are you at a point to where you can have a playable offense for a rookie? Do you have a good plan to get the offense flowing for a rookie? All those answers are no, which tells me they need to invest in a veteran quarterback to play next year. Jameis is inactive because they're trying to see the answers to these questions. And he threw 12 interceptions in 2 weeks. Nobody said building around DTR. What the hell are you talking about? If you think I said all of that to say build around DTR, you clearly missed the point.
First and 10 Bengals as they work near center field. This is Mike Gesicki, tight end. Going to get inside Cleveland territory. They pick up 5. Looks like he one of the big pieces coming over in free agency in the offseason from New England.
Spiro, last time the Browns played Cincinnati, and the Browns are a high man-to-man coverage football team. They like to pressure up front, play man-to-man on the back end, but they played almost every snap exclusively in zone the last time they played. And Burrow didn't have a lot of immediate option. Much different execution for Burrow today.
Great catch by Joe. Great catch by Chase. That shit was behind him.
He's the tallest guy, but he's got so much dynamism packed into that body. Missed tackle, running hit.
No, DW4 is not starting next year. You can't go back to that either.
We just talked about it in the previous drive. It's amazing how Burrow, whether it's in the pocket or
because Deshaun Watson gives you no benefits of him being a veteran. He does none of the veteran quarterback stuff well. So it's like, why would you go to Deshaun? Yeah, Joe cooking. Joe cooking.
With his first catch, it's a pickup at 15.
Sparrow, you and Arch keep talking about how this year has been so new for Joe Burrow. He's been playing so well, and the team's success hasn't followed. But, you know, when I talked to him this week, he said that he's had to learn something new. He's had to learn how to maintain the level of discipline and consistency, even when it's not paying off. And he said, Sparrow, that's what separates the great from the good.
Still trying to grow, expand, compete in so many ways, not just the his passes and all that stuff on the field, but also the mental part, all the intangibles that we've seen from all the greats who played that position. Right, so this is one area where they've been operating at such a high level. Their red zone offense, second to none in the NFL.
Damn, 25-0.
Receivers that can win matchups. You've got T. Higgins because of his size and his catch radius, his reliability in this part of the field. You have Chase, who's a matchup guy, but also, again, you start to try to double and bracket, do all this other stuff. You also have Chase Brown, who is a weapon in the pass game, but also running the football as we've seen in this game.
Burrow on 2nd and 5 over the middle to Higgins.
Boy, their wide receivers catching everything today.
Cleveland 9. So the big offseason topic around here, what's going to happen with his 2 wide receivers and their contract situation, Chase and Higgins? And it's going to go a long way to determining where this franchise goes from here.
I mean, it's tough. It's a great luxury to have. You know, at least one of them is going to be here. And there's only so much money to go around, though. And it's you've seen this team. There's a lot of different holes and pieces that they need on this roster to get back into the playoffs and the Super Bowl.
There's Brown just inside the 10. That'll be a first down goal.
They ran right at Sam Kamara. Knew they could win that gap.
Some early fireworks with those legs. It's a run of 4.
No huddle offense.
Archie's changing the play here.
You got Jamar Chase. Well, no, he's just looking, calling the play for the first time. You got Chase and Emerson here at the bottom of the screen. Looks like one-on-one coverage.
Cleveland rushes 4. Burrow weaves his way, looking, fumbles back to the end zone for Chase and incomplete.
All right, 2nd and go.
It's Devin Bush, who was there in the coverage of Chase. And Chase may have slipped just a little bit to throw off the timing of this route.
Yeah, he does. Look, this team and Burrow, they do such a good job on their scramble adjustments and just the chemistry, being on the same page. Really a pretty good job by Emerson to change direction to get out there, but so many different ways that they can use it. Even when they have the right defense, it just seems.
What's going to suck is that deal with the you shouldn't have kept Baker people that never heard of Hindsight. I mean, they going to be talking their shit all offseason because they about to make the playoffs. The Buccaneers going to win 10 games. You know, at least 10 games. Maybe they make a run. Hey, they going to talk shit, and technically they are correct. But it is what it is. You can't live in the past. No amount of wishing you didn't do this or doing that, it's going to change the fact that whatever happened. You got to dig yourself out that own hole, because if you start having success next year, year after, then all of a sudden that shit don't matter no more, right? So it's up to the Browns to make that not matter. If you don't want to hear about Baker Mayfield, the Browns got to make better decisions to win football games next year and the year after. That's really it. But this year, you're 3-11. They're going to be a 10-win team, maybe 11-win team. They're going to get to talk shit. Same way we was talking shit when we was on the win streak last year. So it is what it is. Like, you just can't live in the past, you know? Whether the Browns should have done it, whether they should have, whether you could go back and change it, it's all hindsight. It don't matter. It's all hypothetical. Like, I choose not to live in the past. So the Browns win games next year, then nobody's going to give a fuck about it. Like we didn't care about it last year. If the Browns don't win games, then all of a sudden we're going to talk about it. That's why we talk about nothing but our failures in Cleveland, because that's all we've had to talk about. The Browns won games, we wouldn't care so much about the drive. The Browns have won a Super Bowl, we wouldn't care about the fumble. Yeah, people have made their mind up. The Browns fucked up with the whole Baker Mayfield thing. And it's hindsight. It's definitely a Captain Hindsight take. But that's how history works. It gets written by the victors. And if the Browns would have won with that trade with Deshaun and he was everything you thought he'd be in 2020, then we would have been able to write that trade off as a victory for us and put all kind of slander out for Baker Mayfield. That's just the way it goes. You lost the trade, you lost the PR on Baker, and now it looks like you made a huge mistake. It is what it is. You got to move on and go try to have success somewhere else. The key is, like, are you going to let that failure define you? Because the only way you can let it define you is if you don't win games. If you continue to have 3-win seasons, right? And fall into these traps. That's really it. So if the Browns and Browns fans don't want to be defined by whatever it is that Baker's doing. It ain't Baker's fault. Ain't his fans' fault for being excited about what he's doing. If this was happening in the inverse and Deshaun was playing well and Baker was playing like shit, y'all be out here talking cash money shit to Baker Mayfield stands, right? So it's not his fans' fault for being excited. Like, they gonna do what they do. So if you the Browns, like, you just got to win games. You got to find a way to have a better season than this. You got to draft really good. You got to make some key free agent signings. You got to make some smart moves at quarterback over the next few years. And dig yourself out of this hole because you're deep in a hole right now. No doubt about it. But you got to dig yourself out of it. If you do, this shit won't matter as much. If you don't, then it's another fucking thing we talk about, right? It's another fucking thing with the drive, the fumble, all of that other bullshit that we have to deal with. It's another fucking thing if we don't have any success afterwards. That's really it. Do we get rid of the people who made that decision? Who made the decision? That's the problem, Jay. Who made the decision? I hear so many different tales of how that decision got made. And I don't think, again, you should be living in the past. Like, I'm not going to retroactively fire somebody for trading Baker Mayfield. That does not feel like a move that a successful team makes. You made the swing for Deshaun Watson. At the time, Deshaun Watson was seen as a franchise quarterback, as a top 5 quarterback in the league. Baker Mayfield was not. So you made the move for what you thought would be an upgraded quarterback. You got a lemon in return. Now, we could dissect it and do a post-mortem on it and all that, and that will definitely be necessary. Well, let's see what he does here. Little screen. It's going to get about 3. But yeah, I mean, I'm not about to go back and retroactively fire somebody for making a decision that a lot of people agreed with at the time. Yeah, we haven't gotten one target to Jerry Jeudy all game. Yeah, Baker Mayfield obviously still has his flaws, interceptions, and all of that. He's still Baker Mayfield. The Browns wanted to upgrade from getting somebody who could be a top 5 quarterback. Baker's not a top 5 quarterback. They swung and they missed hard. Oh, that's Ron.
Needed first down. They're going to move the sticks of 1 of 12. That's something he brings to the table. I can certainly scramble.
Just get him to calm down a little bit, you know?
And even this offense, they've been a heavily pass-first offense. They're number 2 in the league. They throw it 40 times a game. Some of that is because
he almost fumbled it at the end of the play.
Should have been a face mask. He didn't almost fumble. What the fuck are you talking about, Sparrow?
you will be successful. Even down by 14, but Dorian Thompson-Robinson throwing it.
Mike Hilton having a hell of a game right now.
And another set produced by this Bengals defense.
Another excellent blitz. And he is just tremendous off the edge. Look at how he beats the block by Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore is trying to crack him. He beats it. He's able to get back.
Elijah, buddy, run into that a little harder.
And they another spear. How many negative plays? 3 times already. Mike Hilton has been the spear that has pushed the Cleveland offense back in another second and very long situation.
Crazy to think Hilton, drafted guy, came into the league with Jacksonville, eventually started as a practice squad guy for Cincinnati. Just think of how good he's become. Or just he gets his first sack of the season. 3rd down.
Another 3rd and long. We just keep putting them in these bad situations. I mean, like, this is kind of what happened to Tennessee last night.
Your left tackle, the Bengals have one rusher right now who can consistently win and get to the quarterback.
They're going wide 9 set.
Make somebody else win and get to the quarterback.
DTR flushed out of the pocket, running out, a little short. Hilton first coming over from the Steelers. Just gonna
Yeah, he looks scared to make it, throw an interception or something like that. He looks scared as hell.
have to contend with.
Like, we're not giving him anything to help him, and he looks scared. Like, I don't understand what they worked on all week to get him out there, right? Like, this is the shit that makes me nervous about drafting a quarterback with this staff.
To force this football team to be one-dimensional in a pass offense first, they're just not equipped to be able to handle it.
So Marquez. Nice little punt here, fielded by Williams. Williams with the little run up the sideline. And brought down at the 12 after a 12-yard return, 46 yards of the punt by Marquez. Bengals comfortably in front, 14-0 lead on CBS.
Oh, Jalen Hurts ruled out with a concussion. Somebody said maybe Kevin was right when he said Watson gave him a best chance to win. I mean, if that's not a ringing bell to upgrade and make some moves at quarterback this offseason, I don't know what is, bro. Because if that's the case and you still don't make any moves at quarterback, then, bro, you know everybody getting fired next year. Got to make some moves. Hey. But if we run back this damn quarterback room next year, bruh, and we expect anything else other than just straight up failure, then I can't advocate for anybody to keep their job at that point, right? Like this is obvious. Yeah. Like, I don't want to pile on anybody, right? I think we've done enough of talking about how shitty some of the quarterback options are on this team currently. We know the quarterback room's not good. My thing is, all right, now that we know, whatever, just make sure you don't come back into next year with that same room.
Touchdown lead is playing set 4 minutes. Burrow climbs the pocket, running for his life.
Dude, Joe Burrow's fucking great. Good Lord. How did he get out of that? How did he get out of it? Someone says Zappy has to be better. We might find out, dog. I mean, we got like 10 yards of total offense after the first drive. I don't even know if we got 10. No, I don't think we got it. I don't think we positive in total offense if you like minus the first drive. Where like Jerome Ford goes on like an 80-yard run. Again, my bigger concern is like, okay, if this is how we, like, is DTR this bad or are we really bad at putting training wheels on the offense? Like, I've seen them, like, maybe it might be a skill thing because we've seen the training wheels be fine with like Jacoby Brissett. At times, Jameis Winston. definitely with like Joe Flacco early on, he jumped super early. Yeah, okay, false start. I'm about to say it's got to be a false start, right? How am I able to watch this? I've watched worse football.
So Cochran.
Yeah, and the quality of football being played has never deterred me from watching football. I watch UFL games. I watch high school games, FCS football games. I just like football.
Really stood out as something that they really had to clean up, and so far in this game they have.
This is Brown trying to get some of it back on his second.
All right, you got like 4 backs. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Take it to a 2-minute warning. Hey, I got to get the Browns this. At least they letting this game go by fast. Right? It's only 2:11. We're already at the 2-minute warning. Maybe for the second half, I'll bring the nuts out. See if it makes a difference. I mean, like for me, just to like scratch a curiosity, I would like to see Zappy play just to see if it looks any different than DTR. Because what I'm trying to figure out is like, okay, why does it look this bad? Like it's one thing to look bad, but this bad, I don't know. It shouldn't look this bad, right? Someone said, don't sacrifice your nuts over this. I did go to the store. I did go shopping. Save them nuts, bro. Should I do a poll? I should do a poll in chat. Should I bring out my nuts or not? How do you do a poll? Is it down here? Yeah, engage with your audience. Start a poll. All right, chat. We're going to leave this in your hands. Yes, it's winning right now. 69%. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The no's are coming in. The no votes are coming in.
Bengals as they play 37 from their own 47-yard line. Joe Burrow just hopped on with his 15 of 19 for a $145 and already 2 touchdown passes. Browns rushed 4. Burrow.
Don't let him run for it. Been playing good on that all game. 60% on the yes vote.
Yeah, just a classic example of taking what the defense gives you. You see the entire middle of the field wide open.
We'll give it to the start of the second half. Good shit, Miles.
To get to Burrow for the first time today.
Trade Miles while he's still like Miles is like having a high year. Please shut the fuck up about trading Miles Garrett.
Coming off the edge right here, you see how Garrett fights to the tight end and then bends the corner. In their first game, he was quiet. against the Cincinnati, but how about that? 100.5, pretty good.
I know that they 5th in the NFL this season in sacks. He said basically every body part landing him on the injury report at one time or another this year. Although the physical grit that he has shown. So we got a timeout taken here by Zach Cincinnati. Back in 30 seconds after this from Walmart.
Twas the night before Christmas, despite
I'm not gonna lie, that Walmart Busta Rhymes commercial is pretty good. It's pretty good. Busta Rhymes kind of smoked that. What? What? That shit hard. What? Like usually, like, you know, celebrity endorsements of shit like Walmart, it usually ends up corny. But that Busta Rhymes commercial, I'm not gonna lie, he be spitting. I want the whole song. I want a Busta Rhymes Christmas album. Y'all think we ever gonna get it?
Medical tech Evan Cochran is now into the game at right tackle.
If the Browns run it back at quarterback next year, you're gonna have a hard time keeping Myles Garrett. Yeah. Nick Morgan, congrats to Myles Garrett. Absolutely. Oh, they just all out blitzed him. All right.
It was Jordan Hicks coming with a heavy pressure right up the gut in the face of Burrow. Reminder to keep it here. The Verizon halftime report comes your way next. JB and the crew stand by in New York. Bunch of playoff races to speak of, key impactful scores around the NFL. It's all to come.
Hey, look, the no's are very vocal in chat, but are y'all voting though? Right? Because right now, the yeses have a 60% majority right now with 234 votes. Miles gets Joe down at least once a matchup. Oh, yeah. Got him out the field here. That's going to force a punt. Let's just run that shit out.
Really bad field goal range at this point, so that Garrett sack looming large for Cleveland. Bengals are going to run this clock down. Another reminder, the Verizon has coming your way next. JB, Dave, Ben Ryan, and Coach Cowher.
Is he telling Zach Taylor to run the clock down? I think he was telling Zach Taylor to make sure you run the clock down, then call a timeout.
Conservative approach here for Zach Taylor, running that clock down. They will have the football arch to begin the second half. So they're playing into.
Yeah. Joe Burrow is coaching the fucking Bengals right now. Joe Burrow is coaching the Bengals right now, dude. Yeah, he just went over to Zach Taylor and said, wait till the clock runs down and then call timeout.
This past week alone, Rodney McLeod surprised twin Northeast.
And he's like, do you want to run a play after that? You can't play Jameis. He's inactive. Unless, like, both DTR and Bailey Zapp get injured, you can't put Jameis in.
Holiday cheery indeed, Spiro.
It's that time of year. Great to see these young men out in their communities. Kevin Stefanski, tough year it's been for him and this staff. So got them into the playoffs. And now Cincinnati Arch is going to try a long 59-yard field goal. So they thought about it.
Joe Burrow is literally coaching his team, bro.
Decide here, really, why not? Nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So officially, it is going to be a 59-yarder. K. York's career high is a 58-yarder.
I'm going to use the restroom, y'all.
Into the NFL by the Cleveland Browns.
Round pick in 2022. Arch, we were there for his NFL debut. He hit the long kick at the end of that first game for the Browns. And just crazy to think how it all flamed out for him there with Cleveland. They actually brought him back for his second stint, but he's bounced around. Third straight week as the kicker here with Evan McPherson unavailable. Had to put him on IR, and a shot here to hit from 59, which would be a new career high.
Yeah, and make sure if you're Cincinnati and if this kick is short, you have to cover. because Cleveland does have a returner. I believe is that Denzel Ward? I believe that's Denzel Ward
sitting right under the uprights. Good snap. The kick has the distance, and it is good. Boy, he got it by the skin of his teeth. And York with a 59-yarder to get the Bengals a 17-0 halftime lead. Boy, they've had some misfortune at the end of games with field goals, but they'll take it.
Zach Taylor, all smiles, standing by with a DD.
Yeah, Joe told him to do that. That's kind of crazy. It worked out for him. He made the field goal. That's K York for you, though. He'll make that meaningless 58-yarder. But you need him to make a field goal. He turns into a fucking pumpkin. No, it was a 59-yarder. I mean, is K York not a pumpkin? No, it's not bad clock management. It's a 59-yard field goal they made. Like, that's not, we reaching to make this about the coach, bro. He made a 59-yard field goal. That's really just what happened. He did call the timeout to freeze Cade York. Yeah, they called the timeout before Cade York kicked it. He just made a 59-yarder. Like, sometimes people just make shit. All right, well, we're at halftime. Well, we got 12 minutes in halftime. Hold on. I'm going to take this opportunity to put Red Zone on. See what else is going on. I heard Penix is looking good. You might want to. Let me go look at Penix. See what Penix is doing. I love how people, like, after some shit happens, like, give suggestions that they definitely didn't think in time, but then get mad at people who didn't think of those, who didn't have the hindsight to see those, the foresight to see those things. Like, a lot of grief. It's like, what, you want the Browns to call a timeout after they just got them to a 3rd and long with Myles Garrett to try to get the ball back when you knew they were going to run out the clock anyways? Like, K York just made a 59-yarder. That's all that happened. There's no indictment on the coaching staff for that. There's other shit that's actually real to be mad about the coaching staff at. That is not one of them.
Yeah, the big thing is it's going to be challenging if you get tackled inbound. You know, you can get your field goal team out there, so you're going to see everybody kind of around as far as they can down the field. If you have the play clock short and you don't get a first down, you got to run the kicking team out. 16 seconds is enough time. On 3rd and 2.
Oh, that's a horrible interception. Oh, if you're watching Red Zone, you're gonna see this interception. Kyle Pitts just dribbled a ball right into a DB's hands. And now there's a fight with Drake London. Drake London out here scrapping. Oh, I switched to this game at the right time. It's a fight. Hold on. What?
Just the third interception all year by the New York Giants, and just the second by a defensive back. Darius Muasau has the other.
Kyle Pitts with all-time bag attempt here. There you go, Mighty. Appreciate you. Yeah, he just didn't tuck it, and it flew out of his hand right into a defensive back. And then the whole offense got into a fight. Yeah, you can't blame that interception on Penix, though. He made the throw. Pitts did not come down with it, though. We go with Bailey Zapp in the second half. Yeah, who knows? Maybe. Fuck it. Why not? You know, I'm not living or dying on it. I don't think Zapp's going to look that different. Maybe he's more willing to throw because DTR looks terrified to throw the ball right now. But, yeah, not really living or dying about who plays quarterback in the second half, to be honest with you. Yeah, Kyle Pitts is trying to tuck the ball, and he like created this crazy interception.
Just barely smiles. They're tired. 3rd and 3, Josh Downs from Anthony Richardson. Tight pokes the sideline and into the end zone for a score. Anthony Richardson.
Hey, we got a lot of people were shitting on Anthony Richardson to start the year, but he's been actually playing a lot better recently.
We had to look at it just to make sure that Josh Downs stayed in bounds. They push him out in motion, flaring out, and he's good. He's good.
Yeah, he's in.
And the sideline in for the 27-yard score. Just the 5th completion for Anthony Richardson in the first half, but it goes for 6, and it's a 24-7 lead Indianapolis at the half.
They playing Kenny Pickett for the rest of the game in Philly.
He's got it. Gainwell's taking advantage of his limited opportunities in these few weeks. Burrows 4 for 3. 3rd and 7, under 3 to go in this first half.
You joke, but DTR will be fired at Canadian football. Mighty, you on top of it today. Appreciate that, bro.
Timeout taken by Dan Quinn here. Well, coming up on Friday on Fox. Got a showdown in the DirecTV holiday.
Go back to the now 3rd quarter action. First game to kick off into the second half is the Jets and Rams game.
Somebody asked the question. Brandon asked this question. Why haven't the Browns hit on the quarterback since 1990, whatever? Well, I think there are two things that factor into this. One, the Browns, despite needing a quarterback since they've come back from expansion, have spun a top 5 pick on a quarterback 2 times, right? You've needed the position for 20 years. You have taken the position in the top 10 of the draft 2 times. Feels like this went from extreme in another term to play calling. The amount of plays called for runs when they had Jameis throw 40 times. The run game's not working regardless, so regardless of QB, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, like we're just running the ball a ton instead of just throwing it. It is what it is. But back to the quarterback question. How is it the Browns went there? 1, resource management. We haven't really tried to address the position in 20 years. We drafted Tim Couch in 99 and then Baker Mayfield in 2018. Those are the 2 top 10 picks that we spun on quarterback. So 1, not being willing to spend real draft capital on quarterbacks. There have been plenty of quarterbacks between 2018 and 1999 that entered the league that the Browns had a chance to draft. They chose not to. Before I forget, Merry Christmas. Thank you, Q. Thank you, Q Horton. Appreciate that. So that's one thing. The second thing, the Browns have had absolutely no organizational stability, right? And when you have no organizational stability, it's going to be next to impossible to develop a quarterback because the vision for that quarterback keeps changing. And when the vision for that quarterback keeps changing, then the result you get out of that quarterback is also going to always be in flux. And when the result is in flux, the result is in flux, it is what it is. Right? That is how it happens. You don't have stability. You don't invest in the position. Look at that quarterback jersey. How many of those guys were first-round picks for the Cleveland Browns? Just 2 names. 2 names. If you look at that, like that's why the Browns have not had success. And if you look at the quarterback that has had the most success, it was the guy that you drafted number 1 overall. Now, you can make the argument you should have drafted Josh Allen. That would be the right argument, right? If we want to live in hindsight, because like that's the whole thing with the Baker Mayfield argument is that, yeah, you can go to Browns, should have never traded Deshaun Watson, should have got Baker Mayfield. And then you could do a what about with Baker Mayfield and say, no, actually the Browns should have drafted Josh Allen instead of Baker Mayfield. And then you could just do this for forever. But the Browns not being willing to invest their top resources in quarterback has been a problem. That's why even if it blows up in your face, I don't have a problem ever drafting a quarterback in the top 5 if the Browns truly believe that guy's the guy. I don't have a problem going after somebody you felt like was a franchise guy and they're not working out. Because I've seen what the alternative is. If value shopping at quarterback, it doesn't exist. It's just as bad as swinging and missing. So if I'm the Browns, you want to avoid doing what you did, you got to take more swings at the quarterback position. Like every year until you get one, I'm drafting a quarterback. Maybe not in the first round, but I'm drafting a quarterback. I might even draft 2. You got to continue to take swings. I think stability matters, but you got to have the right stability, right? But stability matters too in that conversation. But yeah, if you're wondering how the Browns went through that many years without hitting on the quarterback, how many times did they actually try? How many times were we just trotting out Kevin Hogan and fucking Cody Kessler, right? And guys like that, Colt McCoy, Charlie Fry, day 2, day 3 picks. That's not really trying to swing at the position. That's been the Browns' number 1 issue. They've been timid about the quarterback position. They've been trying to get value. They've been trying to value shop and hope that they land a Tom Brady. Basically, my issue with the Browns' approach is that they've been hoping somebody going to save them. They're going to draft a guy who's going to save them. And if it's not somebody that could save them, they don't want to draft them. They don't want to draft anybody they have to develop. And you're going to have to draft somebody you have to develop. That's how getting a quarterback happens. You have to draft somebody in the first round probably that you develop. Gotta stop fucking around with these day 3, day 2 picks. Think we're gonna find the next answer. Gotta do the work. If Kyle McCord or Will Howard are available in the second round, this is a joke, right? Is this a joke? Did somebody really... Michael, are you serious? I don't want to, like, if you're serious, I'm going to take the question serious and answer it. But, like, you troll it, right? In the second round is crazy for those two. I'm thinking like 6th, 7th round. Yeah, you might do it.
And you think of the Burrow comments this week, the little emotion that he showed on the sidelines at the end of that game last week in Tennessee. Which everyone feels that. They feel it in the front office, the ownership group, the conversations that they're going to have to be having.
Yeah, 6th round, 7th round. That's where those two sit. But second round, oh my God, no.
Expect a quarterback to be able to cover up for other roster deficiencies, but you want a chance to win a Super Bowl and be a perennial playoff team. Yes, you got to have a quarterback like Burrow, but you have got to make sure your roster is really good from top to bottom.
It's a good throw.
It's going to be the first down completion. And you think the time that they've already missed with Burrow, he had the ACL injury at the end of his rookie year, cutting short that first year. Last year, the wrist injury. And so you got this guy, the prime of his career, at the height of his powers.
It's a great point. It's a great point. How many teams want to have the luxury of having one of the top 1 or 2 quarterbacks in the National Football League, but
hey man, maybe Will Howard and Kyle McCord are this year's Bo Nix, right? I wasn't right about Bo, but yeah, I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. And if we want to talk about, like, and people love the, is Miles okay?
Which I gotta say, a little bit surprised initially. We've seen flags thrown for less.
I mean, he makes contact with Burrow just as Burrow steps. He's still in bounds. And so you watch, he initiates contact.
Yeah.
Burrow's still in bounds. And you can't expect a grown man running that fast making contact to be able to slow his momentum.
When you say develop, you mean like Jordan Love? No, we don't have a franchise quarterback. You can't Jordan Love unless you got a franchise quarterback, right? Is he hurt? Right? Like, Jordan Love took 4 years to develop. We don't have 4 years of stable starting quarterback play in our back pocket for the Cleveland Browns. You cannot do a Jordan Love type developing. But what you can do is maybe hold it down for a season. I don't see anybody this year that I would feel like super excited about drafting in the first round. But, take some flyers on some guys. Nobody's really going to be clamoring for these guys to play. And then if they get the opportunity to play, let's see what you could do with them. My percentage of chance that the Browns clean house, they've made it clear they're not cleaning house. I don't think this result really changes anything, man. I don't think any of these results for the rest of the year changes anything. They have already made their announcement. Jimmy has already done his late season press conference. I don't think they're firing the coaches. I don't think they have, internally, I don't think they think that the coaching staff is the problem.
In a miscommunication, and they have to punt.
Those two have played on such a high level, such a true.
And by the way, for everybody who loves to count like the 1 or 2 draft takes I get wrong, y'all like Roger Rosengarten? Because some of y'all was like, oh, Q, you can do the Perry Winfrey thing with Roger. I was right as fuck about Roger. And JOK. So give me my flowers when I'm right, too. You want to talk about my 1 or 2 misses. The offensive line is not Andy Dickerson's fault, man. Like, this is they just have shitty players on the offensive line. Like, he inherited the shitty players in a shitty situation. ideal QB situation for next year in my eyes, I don't know if there's an ideal one, right? There's not like a situation that you could get to and I'm going to be like, oh yeah, 100% sure that's going to work out. Like we got to just lower where we're at. Are there situations I'm like, I can see that working out? Sure. There's a lot of those. But like an ideal one? No, there's not an ideal quarterback situation for this team right now.
I need a lot of help from some of the teams.
You know, like I would like to see some guys maybe fall to the third, take them, maybe get a veteran. But like idea, no, there's nobody here that's worthy of the task of like ideal. Do you think Jimmy's so mad about Tennessee getting their ass whipped that he'll do something stupid? Yeah, maybe for Tennessee. Maybe he'll do something stupid with the Milwaukee Bucks. But like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not even sure Jimmy's watching this game. Like, I don't think Jimmy has made his decision. And okay, I'm just making sure he don't fumble. Yeah, Jimmy has made his decision. He's sticking with these guys throughout this season. And I think that's really it.
Still searches for their first points.
Someone said Cade Klubnik. I don't think Cade's coming out this year. Everything I hear is that he's probably not going to come out this year unless he gets a first-round grade. And I like Cade Klubnik. I don't first-round like Cade Klubnik. I like him like in the third round. So if he does come out this year and somebody does take him in the first round. Yeah, every draft has its strengths and weaknesses. And you just got to take what the draft is giving you that year, right? This year in the draft, there are some elite defensive players at the top of it. If the Browns get a top 3 pick, I take Abdul Carter, and I don't look back. And then I figure the shit out after it, right? Because that guy could be a game-changing defensive player. He could be a defensive player of the year caliber prospect to pair with Myles Garrett. Drew Aller is not coming out this year. Unless he goes on like a crazy run in the playoffs, which is possible. They do play Boise State next week. I don't know. Like, the results of last week's game don't give you much confidence in Boise State. But I think Boise State is just, they have stood through bigger tests than the other teams have. Have I seen the film on Jackson Dart? I haven't really gotten deep into Jackson Dart. There's some good, there's some bad. Right? He's not the most consistent guy. But there's some tools. Again, the way I see this draft, the quarterback draft, the super high profile guys, I don't feel comfortable with what the price tag is projected to be on them, right? Like Shedeur Sanders, probably the best prospect in this class. I have real concerns about the level of competition that he had his breakout year with. And if that's replicatable in the NFL. I have major concerns. And they run for a yard. Do the Browns take Hunter over a quarterback? No, they don't take Travis Hunter. The one thing the Browns definitely don't need is another defensive back. Like, we're good on defensive backs. Yeah. So the way I see this quarterback class, the first round guys, Cam Ward, Jalen Milroe, Deion Sanders' kid, Shedeur. I have concerns about all of them, right? Cam Ward, the play style, it just feels so unsustainable in the NFL. And then with Milroe, he needs to be developed over a year or two, right? Like if you're talking about a Jordan Love project, that guy's a Jordan Love project. I don't know if we have the stability in the quarterback room to allow him to develop into what he needs to develop into. So first round, I'm out. Second round, I'm out. But once we're getting the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, there's a lot of guys I'll be like, yeah, you take flyer there. Like I would probably take 2 quarterbacks in that range. He throws across his body. Okay, just first positive pass play of the game. There we go. Ray Rag says, not saying QB change was wrong, but would you rather watch DTR have 15 yards or going into the third, or Jameis probably have 2 interceptions already? I mean, he had to dig there. He should have just got it. Yeah, I probably would rather watch Jameis because at least Jameis is functionally running the offense. I don't think what DTR is doing up to this point has been functionally running the offense.
In the NFL, college, 5 years he was the full-time starter for UCLA, all 5 years, including that true freshman year, 2-time All-Conference in the Pac-12. And last year was kind of crazy. 5th-round pick. Didn't expect him to play much. Then the injury to Watson, he got thrown into the fire. And here he is, year 2, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you mentioned UCLA, one of the all-time leaders in a lot of different statistical categories. 40 starts, 116 touchdowns as a dual threat player. So he's got legitimate talent.
Uh-oh.
He can throw the football. He just has to learn the finer parts of the passing game.
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy was getting into it with Cam Taylor-Britt.
And he knows the weight of what this opportunity means for him. These last 3 weeks, it's basically his show. You think of the quarterback instability they've got as a thrash, unable to squeeze at the rookie. And that's going to be third down. But the DTR telling us, look, I'm not trying to overthink it. This is a big opportunity.
Probably go for it territory.
Points here in the second half for Cleveland. 3rd and 4. Judy topping a picture. DTR's going to run 40, stumbles, and then taken on a tackler right at the line to gain. Let's check the spot here from the officials. And they will have enough for a first down. What effort from Thompson Robinson. March offering up his body against Jordan Battle, the safety.
Yeah, and you'd probably like him to, maybe not initiate contact. Try to save himself, give him a chance to play in these final games of the season.
No, I don't care if he initiates contact, man.
Really been able to get any sort of consistency or any type of consistent pocket.
Oh.
Thompson Robinson putting a little bit too far in front of Elijah Moore, who's been quiet. That'll stop the clock, 7:45. Moore still looking for his first catch. Let's get another NFL Today update to New York. And Matt Ryan.
I am not trading back into the second round. I'm not trading late into the second round to get Dylan Gabriel was a day 3 prospect to me.
We got some Minnesota team doing some work against the Giants, trying to finish strong. What a crazy year it's been in the NFC South. So 2nd and 10. Thompson Robinson getting the rookie thrash set as Cleveland having its best possession since that opening drive. The fumble, if you've just joined us, by Deontay Foreman, the completion over the middle to Njoku. Davis Gaither on the tackle, a pickup of 6.
So they've been able to avoid negative plays, but again, look, they've had some run-pass option plays where...
Yeah, that's the thing with DTR, right? He doesn't have a ton of different pitches to go to, right? He has a fastball, and that's it.
The game with a huge play by Jerome Ford. To me, again, I just feel like you can go at the 20th ranked rushing defense in the league and make them stop your run.
This pass incomplete. Judy, the intended target, and now a late flag. Marco Wilson was the man on the coverage against Judy, where that flag coming a good 2 seconds after the play was dead.
Good job, Jerry Judy. Way to lobby for that, man.
So Wilson, the third.
Way to lobby for that.
Middle of November from New England. And it's an automatic first down. Zach Taylor irate.
It's a tough call when you're playing press inside leverage. And the receiver, Jerry Judy, he runs a slant. But when Wilson was playing inside, and that makes it really, really tough on the defensive back. Really a tight call.
And Zach Taylor still barking at the officials. So it turns out to be a 1-yard penalty, but it gets him an automatic first down.
Get rid of it. Good screen. Oh, he's loose. There we go. All right, this is much, much, much better. This kind of feels like Cavs calling. I wonder who got the sheet right now. Because, like, I haven't seen a tight end screen in so long to David Njoku specifically. We've been doing them to Jordan Atkins a lot. That's one of them P.J. Walker screens we was throwing.
A guy that's been a pretty stellar after the catch player is able to pick up a big play. Now you're first and goal.
Back to the ground game here with 4. You saw Ken Dorsey, their play caller, and what has been a pass-heavy offense despite the quarterback instability that they've had. Remember the last time they were down here, first possession of the day, the fumble by Deontay Foreman. Can they punch this one in?
And watch the inside zone, and then here on this formation, the option for him to keep it around the left edge.
There you go. All right. All right.
They get their first points of the day.
There we go. There we go.
So now the combo block, Teller here, and then is able to get up on the linebacker, Davis Gaither, and then Forges hits it.
I wonder how many of these late flags are just one ref looking at you, the other like, you aren't going to call that? Okay, I will. Like, yeah, I think Jerry Judy advocating for it really oh, come on, Dustin. Butt cheeks, bro. Butt cheeks. Butt cheeks.
They take a little half step back. Jerome Ford has them on the board. 17-6 Bengals.
You know what's the funny thing, right? Like, Dustin Hopkins is going to get cut for playing like this. And then he's going to have a good year next year. And all the media is going to talk about is how the Browns, stupid Browns, cutting Dustin Hopkins. It's going to be like, bro, did you watch him play last year? He was fucking garbage. Don't draft the goddamn kicker. All right, let's get Jay out the chat. Jay, we're going to put you on timeout, bro. You just be out here trying to get troll. You be trying to troll people into arguments. I'm good. I'm good, Jay. Take a break for a day. Take a break for a day. Yeah, you said the same thing in chat like 4 times, bro. Take a break for a day. Like, that's ridiculous. You're just trying to rage bait people at this point. And Ty, for putting draft the kicker. I know you was joking, Ty. Ty, I'm gonna have to put you in timeout too. I'm gonna give you that 5-minute break. We're gonna give you that use the restroom, Ty. Talking about drafting the kicker. Talking about drafting the kicker. Timeout. Fuck out of here. Yo, I appreciate all you do for us. Happy holidays, man. Appreciate you, Jerry. With a $20 super chat. Appreciate that, man. Really do. Appreciate any super chat you can send around the holidays. Ray Rags, which one did you time out? Did you time out Ty or Jay? Because I got Jay out for the whole day. He can't come back till tomorrow.
Honda. Dreams are unstoppable.
Somebody gonna pick him up. Somebody gonna pick up Dustin Hopkins if the Browns cut him. He's on that list of guys you pick up when you need one. Oh, good. Come on, bruh. Okay, somebody made the tackle.
26, maybe the 27, but Diabate. Saturdays, HBCU's best college basketball schools compete in a sensational hoops CBS Sports Classic H.
Cue the anti-McAfee. Yeah, I hate what he's done to the coach. He's got y'all out here encouraging teams to draft third-round picks. Nah, I can't support somebody who supports that kind of toxicity. Damn, Miles almost murdered him.
20, 10, 5, touchdown, Shabalaba Hub.
Oh, we got a Chubb bomb in here. Hold on. Got a 100 bomb from Sly. Appreciate you, Sly, with a 100 bomb. Says, Merry Christmas, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you. 100. Sly, a real one in the chat. Make sure y'all give Sly his love right here.
But as Zach Taylor said, if we don't win out, if we don't beat Cleveland on Sunday, nothing else matters.
Way to hold on, Denzel. Ooh, did he hurt his ankle? Again, appreciate Sly, y'all. That's fire, bro.
Respect for one of the premier wide receivers in the NFL.
Appreciate anybody who sticks around, decides to super chat when the Browns are this ass. Real talk. We know who the real ones are, right? Hey, anybody that's here right now, you sick. You love this team. And I appreciate every single one of you. Even the ones I got to time out in chat because y'all be doing too much, man. Someone said get Chip Kelly to be the OC. All right, bro. All right, keep playing. Keep playing. You know what, man? I'm going to bring out my nuts for the homies. You know what? This ain't even for the Browns anymore, dog. I feel like we need that energy, bro. We need what's in the bag. I need to get into my bag right here, you know. We get into my bag. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get sweet and spicy. You know what, man? This for the homies, the homettes, and everybody else. These Christmas nuts, y'all. We about to get these nuts cracking over a fire. Please watch AFC North chat. Please watch AFC North Talk chat, but you really need to watch the rant they went on the Players podcast. Oh, yeah. Yeah, about the Players podcast. You got to be a certain level of player to have a podcast, bro. I don't want to see no average player with a podcast. I can't stand it when it be a practice squad player with a podcast. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? We just can't get QB and kicker positions right. It's mind-boggling. Hey, we got kicker right for a while. Phil Dawson was in here smacking things. Slide with 20 gifted memberships. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. We got guys getting gifted all over the place. Betsy, one of my biggest haters. I'm just playing. Trebo. Okay. 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 Appreciate you, Sly. See, look, bringing out the nuts. 3rd and 7. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm giving the people what they want. Oh! The power! The power! Let's go! Let's go! Nuts! Nuts! That shit was nuts! Yeah!
So we'll keep tabs on Higgins down that it's not this Cleveland team, Arch, everything that they're working against. Suddenly it's 11.
James Prochet, don't do something stupid. Oh, shit! Okay, go down, James.
Gets to the 36-yard
Yeah, we get members on members.
62-yard punt.
We get some water.
Coming up at halftime of the 4:45 games,
I ain't saying that, Fade. That's crazy. That's crazy. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, that's nuts.
Check it out. First down run here. This is Pierre Strong trying to pass it to the outside.
Pierre Strong got the most ironic last name of all time. Whew.
They must be watching
old school playground football.
All right. 2nd and 10. Let's get something to go on to Jerry Jeudy here deep. Jerry Jeudy!
Over the middle to Jeudy, who was basically non-existent. Only his 2nd target all day.
I like this throw. In the pocket, with great timing on the inside.
Sly the GOAT, bro. Sly is the GOAT. You got my chat going crazy.
To me, again, there's no Cedric Tillman in this game.
All I know is the offense wasn't doing shit until Sly dropped the 100 bomb in the chat.
Pass Njoku. Jerry Jeudy, think of some monster games. The game against Denver a couple of weeks ago, 235 receiving yards. He was so quiet to begin.
You saw the impact of what Jameis Winston had on his offense.
Brian Bring with $20 super chat. Appreciate you, Brian. Go nuts. I mean, Browns fans, Merry Christmas to us all. Absolutely. That's going to be pass interference. Hey, 15. Let's go. Yes, sir. Ray Rags gifted 20 in the chat. Big shout out to the moderator. Big shout out to Ray Rags. I don't know about that one. Happy holidays, Q. Thank you for the content. Weekly sanity checks. Appreciate you, Tribo.
I would agree with that as well.
I thought it'd be pass interference because he was super early.
Browns already without Cedric Tillman today, out, unable to clear concussion protocol.
All right. DTR got to hold that ball a little bit longer. Make the decision a little quicker. Nirvana says, this is nuts.
Making his third consecutive start in the back end of that defense.
Where are we at? Can we get in field goal range? No, I'll kick her sides, bro.
All right, guys, over in Indianapolis, Jonathan Taylor's going to take it in from 1 yard out for the touchdown. He's got 200.
Belt the ass in Indianapolis.
India 38-7. Back to you guys.
Well, new JT wanted to bounce back after what happened in Denver last week. Here's Thompson.
Good run, DTR. That's a first down. That boy an athlete, though.
This one for 13. And the Browns
Quarterback who is an athletic quarterback running the football.
Because look,
It's always a bit of
Akeem Davis Gaither was right there. He played it well. He just ran by him.
everybody's back is turned to the quarterback, and then he has a something dangerous with big yardage on the run.
Good run, Jay. Hey, Jerome Ford been playing good. Slide came back with 5 more gifted. Hey, these nuts got power, bro.
They've been able to capitalize and negate the effectiveness of when Lou Anarumo calls by Mike Hilton, and this it hasn't been effective.
Jerry Judy's back in
Good run. Keep going.
Should take us to the end of the quarter as Ford is brought down just shy of the Cincinnati 10. Quickly. Kevin Stefanski's team was down 7.
We done got 45 new memberships. That's what's up. Big shout out to Sly. Big shout out to Ray Rags. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm going to get some water. I got to get some water.
6 Bengals trying to keep their fading playoff hopes alive on CBS.
Why not? Why? The original eau de parfum, Yves Saint Laurent.
Of Macy's, the fragrance destination.
Unlike those other messy whole-body deodorants, Native Whole Body Deo dries on contact, doesn't leave white residue on clothes, and fights odor for 72 hours. For your pits, privates, chest, thighs.
Yes, sir. Hey, the vibes have changed. Just a little bit.
Another storm's coming.
I need to figure out a way to make this bag a badge you can get. If there's any artists in chat, hit me up on in the DMs on Twitter or Blue Sky, because or just message me on like Blue Sky, like just like send me a tweet on there, because I definitely need to turn this bag into a badge you can get for like being a 1-year subscriber. Yeah, get that logo. Soul Train says vibes got better after you pulled out the nuts. Hey, the people are never wrong. There were folks in chat saying, no, it's not time for the nuts. They don't deserve your nuts, Quincy. The offense is pitiful. Don't waste your nuts on them. But the people said, bring them out, man. We need it. We need the nuts to be brought out. 60% of the vote said, get the nuts. So we got the nuts. Yeah, Blue Sky's a Twitter alternative. It's like a smaller Twitter.
Cincinnati, Cleveland barely had first downs in the first half. But suddenly, they've given Cleveland some hope. As moving in the fourth quarter.
Oh, you got around him. Oh! 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 No! No! Fuck! Damn! Damn! Q's face when he remembered the D-Hop sucks.
March, did you concur with this call?
Yeah, watch at the end here. You see the arm grabbing and.
No, you let go.
Yeah, I would say that's a good call on Josh Newton.
Made the play. Wipes away. Nifty little touchdown run by Thompson.
Betsy says, Merry Christmas, Q. Love you, man. Appreciate you. Wow. Woo. 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 Thought that boy almost do an interception.
Set of circumstances now. Basically, what is a 3-game audition for him?
Yeah.
March at the end of this frustrating season for Cleveland.
Yeah, he had a chance, and traditionally in this part of the field, and he's called a very aggressive game. I'm talking about.
Q, if they win this game, and somehow, please bring the nuts on AFC North Talk. Oh, yeah.
Under pressure. Interesting, Njoku not even on the field for Cleveland.
Oh, okay. 3rd and short. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all think we can make the field goal?
20, 10, 5, touchdown, Shabalaba.
We got another chop bomb from Tom J. 50 in there. Appreciate you, Tom.
Just enough of the jersey tug of Hilton to get the.
That's a really tight holding call, man.
So now, knocked back all the way to the 22 line. The line of the game is just outside the 1. DTR, lead option, breaking 10.
Oh, he got back on it.
And the Browns breathing a sigh of relief. Offside coming from the backside.
All right. No holding call, right?
To the end zone of this part of the field. You go back, almost a face mask. You go back to that first drive, Jerome Ford, they're on the 1-yard line. They fumble with Foreman on this drive. You know, seemingly you think you have a touchdown, but then a couple penalties and a almost a fumble. Trying to find a way to clean this up.
Again, the line of the game is just in between the 1 and the 2. 3rd and 7. DTR under pressure.
Dude. What was David doing? Ah, well, we had a good time. Was David supposed to just be standing there? Like he got all out blitz. He saw it coming and he wanted to get rid of it quickly. And he did it on his back heel. That's what you're supposed to do. The question is like, did he throw to a spot where somebody was supposed to be? Or did he throw to a spot where he was just hoping? That's the question. I think he was just hoping on hope. We'll see when we get the all 22 out. Nah. I don't think his arm got hit. Hey. At least he shows some light. Some of y'all say, hey, I want to just see the offense move. I don't care if the interception happened. Well, now we got it. That play was not nuts. No. That play was not nuts. It was not. Oh, his arm got hit? Here's my conspiracy theory. The Browns are doing this not to develop DTR, but to put more running quarterback plays into the offense for when they draft Jalen Milroe in the 3rd round. And I'm convinced the Browns will draft Jalen Milroe, and I will be the only one happy about it at the time. Ew, Just Cam. 10-minute timeout for Just Cam. That was disgusting. Gross, bro. Absolutely gross. Yeah. I'm going to have to put you on. That's a 10-minute. That's a 10-minute, Just Cam. That's a 10-minute, bro.
These 3-win Browns, Chase Brown.
I think it did on the follow through. Okay, let's see. They're showing the replay right now. I'll see right here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and the ball got hit. That's a failure on other things.
Throws it up for grabs, forces the interception.
Oh. Mike Hall.
Mike Hall getting there first for Cleveland. Making another start for the injured Shelby.
Let's get the ball back.
With the elbow injury that he's dealing with. And Hall.
What'd he say? Just Cam? What'd he say? No, Just Cam knows what filth he just put in the chat. I'm not about to repeat it.
They've been able to get consistent pressure on Joe Burrow. And really, they haven't allowed this offense to really get anything going down the field. And the pressure.
Hey, delay of game. Delay of game. How is that not delay of game? How is that not delay of game? He's short, but how did he not get delay of game? That was on zeros for more than a second. Yeah, he's down, short. How is that not a delay of game?
Just make sure you don't get drawn off sides.
Going direct snap here. It was Gesicki up on it. Now Burrow, play clock.
Okay, they're not going to snap it.
Disciplined defense.
So they miss a false start. They miss a delay of game. What are the refs paying attention to right now?
Well, give Jim Schwartz's unit all kinds of credit. They have had very little happening offensively. They've had to be on the field a ton. They get Joe Burrow, this prolific offense, off the field again. Reminder coming up, game 2 of our NFL CBS doubleheader. Most of you will be headed to Buffalo, where the Patriots will take on Josh Allen and the Bills. Cincinnati in the hunt, just barely. went out today. Their final 2 after this one. I need some help. They're very close tabs on that AFC scoreboard.
Well, it was fair. I'm really surprised you fell for that. Like, you really thought they were going to come on, man. I have been disappointed in you. I heard that.
They're known to be a little delicate. I've watched too much Dan Campbell the last couple of weeks. 57-yard punt. Fair catch signaled by Crochet. Cleveland's going to get it. They're down 11 early fourth quarter on CBS.
USAA. You could be eligible if your spouse, parents, or even your grandparents.
Someone said it's a coup they cop. The CIA running a coup. Hey, I want to again give a huge thank you to Sly, to Ray Rags, who be in the chat moderating, and Thom J for bringing the good vibes, right? Because we was having fun until he threw that interception. But you know what? The vibes, the vibe captains, the vibe MVPs, Thom J, Ray Rags, Sly. Clap it up for him, man. Clap it up for him. If I'm the Chiefs, I said everybody week 18 just to spite the Bengals. I'm sure Bengal fans would take it that way. Bengal fans are like in this one-sided beef with Kansas City Chiefs fans, and they don't realize it's one-sided because, like, the Chiefs would do something like that just like, all right, man, we already locked up everything. We don't need to play our starters. But Bengal fans will see that and be like, they're trying to keep us out the playoffs. They're afraid of us. See?
Captain, drink responsibly. The Home Depot.
Someone said DTR extension is crazy.
And Uber Eats. Get almost anything for game day.
We got a bunch of Grinches here in Cincinnati. I'll tell you what, right now the Browns trying to play Grinch. Stealing one here a couple of days before Christmas. They were down 17-0 at halftime. Trying to cut into this 11-point deficit. Back to the air. This is Ford. They get him set up on the screen. And Ford.
There we go.
Getting the flag. He's going to get the Browns at first down.
Let's take the profit.
These turnovers, including this Foreman fumble on their first drive, just as they were about to score.
Yeah, you're sitting here at an 11-point game, and you start off the game in great fashion. Again, you miss the extra point, then your drive, and really put together a brilliant drive. And an all-out pressure forces.
All right, DTR. Let's see if he can keep his composure.
Straight up the gut.
Good run. Hey, man, right when you be out on Jerome Ford start cooking. Like, right when you like, you know what, man, I don't need to see him run another. Oh, he cooking.
You got the quarterback situation with Sean Watson, that contract that has been well documented. Now Stefanski trying to get a look at his young second-year quarterback, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Can he bring them back? He completes here. This is the Njoku.
All right. All right. On schedule, on time.
Before the game, and he exactly that. He said, we feel great about both of them. And in fact, we talked about what's going around the league and having patience with coaches. And he said, that's a lesson we have to learn. And then again, he said he feels great about both his coach and GM.
Here's Ford. He's dancing his way barely beyond the line of scrimmage.
Got 4.
Everything's to
Yeah, man. So Jimmy just talked to DD. He said, nah, we're keeping him. So you need more confirmation that AB and Kev ain't going nowhere.
despite 4 or 5 different starting quarterbacks. like he's always dealing with something and he's always overcoming.
Well, certainly the quarterback situation in the last couple of years, and even a quarterback situation that doesn't have immediate answers and how it's going to resolve itself going into next season. Again, there's so many different things, but until you get that situation right, it's always going to be a struggle.
Yeah, strong.
At 3rd and 5.
As Kevin told us in our conversation,
Kind of go for it territory, to be honest with you.
So many lessons. I've been around it my entire life. His father, Ed, a longtime NBA executive, now senior advisor for the Detroit Pistons, so he's grown up in it. Trying to push the right buttons for this franchise. He's got a lot of questions.
Listen, that's part of the deal. And look at on the other side. You got Cincinnati. You got the quarterback situation figured out. And they're trying to figure out why they're on the outside looking into the playoffs. So, listen, it is not easy, but certainly that decision is something the Browns have to try to figure out here before next season.
Thompson Robinson.
I mean, that's a hell of a play by Geno Stone. He should have just ran it. He got greedy, tried to go for a big hit there. It was there to David Njoku. Nah, he didn't even have space to run it. He gave David a 50-50 ball. That shit got picked off. Nah, I thought he should have ran for it too, but if you watch the other angle, there was a linebacker that was coming for him. He wasn't getting more than a yard. Yeah. I mean, like, I'd rather him play like that than how he played at the beginning of this game where he was just terrified. Oh, I'll be right back, y'all.
Was sending soldiers to their town. The young family decided to flee. They were scared. But Mary and Joseph were far away from the atrocities taking place in Bethlehem.
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Derrick Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay, and this is Auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Home!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derek.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Dior. At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
Offense that has been prolific. They've done their job.
Well, I like what they've done. They've been able to generate pressure. They've disguised some of their looks. They've been able to get home with some blitzes, but up front, Okoronkwo with 5 pressures. Myles Garrett, a sack and 4 pressures. Mike Hall Jr., a sack and 3 pressures. To me, a very...
All right, 2nd and 1.
has allowed them to stay in this game.
Here's Browns. They're a little bit short of the line to game.
Good tackle by Tom. By Juan.
Defense. Remember how good they were last year, statistically as good as any defense in the league. They haven't been quite the same in terms of the takeaways this year.
What we got? One more game in the month of December? Super chat. Man, Schefter suggested the Eagles purposely lost this game against the Giants so they lose their draft position and don't get a QB? Wait, what? Oh, what a throw. That was an amazing throw. Man, Schefter suggested that the Eagles purposely lose the game against the Giants so they lose their draft. Hey, man, if they want to draft Shedeur Sanders, I don't know if that solves their problems.
Yeah, nudge in the back. I just say that's excellent technique for Yossi Bosch to get that little bit of subtle separation.
Ooh, that's a strike.
Time. They've really gone downfield, and he makes it count. And a great way of tracking the football from Yossi Bosch.
Joe Burrow with a surgical pass. And now Jamar Chase doing his damage. Chase breaking tackles. Forced out of bounds. And marking inside.
It's coming back. Oh, is it going to be a face mask? Yep. I missed the super chat. Hold on, let me get to it. Oh, Q, we need an emote and stream highlight for this. I didn't do the stream buffer for this one, so I'm not gonna be able to do highlights. But I'll definitely try to get that emote in. That's barely a face mask.
You know, he's not as explosive down the field.
I think the refs just want to go home.
Coming so often after the catch on short passes.
Chase Brown inches a little bit closer. Jamar Chase right on the doorstep of history. There have only been 4 players in the history of the NFL who have won the receiving triple crown. As he tries to join some elite company, this is where he sits. Catches, rec yards, and touchdown catches with the next closest player in each category.
Yeah, just incredible. They're moving him around a lot more, and he has dabbled and played some slot here in the past, but you see him much more moving around, putting him in the slot, just making it very difficult for defenses to double him and account for him based on behind him.
This is Brown. Stood up. Excellent.
Mike Hall, man. Mike Hall. That guy can play some football.
With the 54th overall pick.
Now you talk about guys that are starting to come around and the light bulb's starting to take on. Mike Hall certainly is one of those players. And we talk about, we've talked about all game how outside of Garrett they really haven't had a pass rush, but Hall showing that he might find himself a place in the middle of this defense for the future.
Good job, Isaiah. Oh, fumble! Fumble! Isaiah McGuire with the forced fumble! Wow. Playing hard as hell, this defense is. Look at Isaiah McGuire here playing that wide technique. Comes out that tackle, places perfectly. This is why he's the highest defended, the best run defender, Pro Football Focus says, in the NFL right now. Stuff like that, right? That ability to sink his hips with Joe Burrow, aim for the football, and then smack it out. And then look at big-ass Jawan Briggs getting on that football. I know that hurt it. I know that shit hurt it. That shit is nuts. Sly says, draft a defensive tackle from Michigan, put him next to Hall. We got something, brother. Yeah, I know. Or you just put one more guy on that defensive line on top of Michael Hall so you can add like maybe a dual Carter, Mason Graham. Woo!
For some late game magic, they pick up 3 there in the air with 4.
Sure. I really like what what we're seeing out of Jerome Ford. He's really having himself a nice game. Starts out with the
That'd be hilarious if DTR just like got a bomb here. I mean, they're giving a one-on-one coverage here. Watch where that safety goes top right of your screen. All right, so he sinks towards him. Got him.
As he works on the sideline. And the Cleveland Browns move the sticks. They pick up 15 on a laser beam pass from DTR.
And it looked like some sort of miscommunication. Looked as if Cam Taylor-Britt was supposed to be in that zone. Nonetheless, either him or the safety, somebody busts. Don't account for more. You got a first down.
Well, first catch all day for Elijah Moore. DTR, a little bit of a hit that he took on the release. Gets it to Moore nonetheless.
There you go.
So they pick up 6 here. Stops the clock, 3:42 to play. 2nd and 4 for Kevin Stefanski's offense.
Whew. He had to put both his ass cheeks into that one. That was a field side out. It decleated him. All right, 36. You're going to go for it here. 2 to get this 4.
Jenkins, the rookie 2nd-round pick out of Michigan. 3rd sack for this defense.
You want Thompson Robinson to somehow find a way to get that ball out of his hands. Give it to his tight end, give it to his running back, give it to somebody, but just not take a sack on that play.
On 3rd and 8, here they come again. Pocket monies. DTR running for his life. Spins.
Way to get it out of bounds.
Joseph Osai among the players coming with some serious heat for the Bengals.
Pretty good pressure up front, but you're going to see Jerry Jeudy he comes open over the middle. Again, you don't know exactly where Thompson Robinson's eyes are, where his read is. But certainly the rush, whether it's a 4-man rush, a blitz, 5-man rush, has certainly gotten to Thompson Robinson in this game.
4th and 8, Cleveland trying to keep any late hope alive right here. Thompson Robinson protected as they rush only 3 to Cincy.
Stay on your feet. Oh, he got it.
David Njoku makes the grab.
Wow.
Just a miraculous play by Thompson Robinson.
Wow. Wow. That's good. Oh! Almost got picked off.
To Njoku. And that clock keeps running. They still have all 3 of their timeouts plus the 2-minute warning as they pick up 2.
They really haven't had any success or really haven't thrown the ball deep and no one-on-one shots to try to get something down the field. No explosiveness in the passing game today.
BTR 19 to 28, about 46 for 2 picks.
That was for it. That was for it. That was for it. That was for it. It got hit. It got hit.
Thompson Robinson. It will be 3rd down for Cleveland. Just a great example of how penalty flag arches thrown.
It was tipped. It was a tip ball. It was a tip ball. It can't be grounding.
Listen, there was no reason to get out of the pocket. If he just stays to his right, he had a...
There's no flag for grounding. How? It was a tip ball.
So because he didn't cross the line of scrimmage with the pass.
It doesn't matter if the ball is tipped. Right there. The ball got tipped. That's crazy. How do you call that? The ball got tipped.
Number 3, right in the middle, so right there.
Yeah, DTR just ain't operating the offense well, but that's fine. Let's go it. Yeah, he's over processing. He's over processing. He's over processing. He's waiting for something to develop downfield. Right? Yeah, I think he was waiting on Judy.
Just brushing the holidays. Got perfect gifts for everyone.
Yeah, that's why he's got it all.
For my mom, who tracks everything health. For my sister.
Loves to chill.
And our son.
Big time gamer. Whoa. I get this to myself. This game feels amazing. Yeah, I'll take your word for it, man.
You can find a wild gift for everyone at Best Buy.
Got a super chat from Jake. I'm going to get to that 1 second. Yeah. 38 minutes, 42 yards passing. Not only do us fans want to see players actually produce, but it's also the fantasy championship round. And Judy in the second half of the Browns game has been the top wide receiver. Why change it? Well, I mean, one, they don't give a fuck about fantasy football. Right? Like that's one thing. They don't care. Like they don't care what the effect is on fantasy football. So that's why. But they made the change to just see what kind of a different style they can operate and what they have fully in DTR, so they're not running into this offseason with questions. That's why, right? Because if you didn't play him, you would have these questions about, oh, well, what if you give him a full week? Is there something there? And that delays your decision making. Now it's like, all right, once you hit the offseason, all right, DTR is pretty limited. All right, cool. Let's go on. Let's move on. But what you might have found out is, hey, DTR is limited, but you like his skill set. So let's get somebody who's not as limited, but has a similar skill set.
Sponsored by Best Buy. Best Buy. Imagine that. And by Verizon. The NFL is powered by Verizon 5G.
Stay tuned for the NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars, time permitting. Get you back to New York.
All right, just throw this shit underneath and hope you can get it.
16th Sunday NFL season. Fourth down, final gas for Cleveland.
Just threw that way too hard.
Receiver Michael Woods got a chance today.
Hey, man, the defense gave it all. We just didn't have it offensively. Made our own mistakes, cost ourselves 14 points, at least 10 points. This should be a 17-17 game right now, right? Like, it should be at least a 17-17 game. You get the touchdown, you get the extra point, and you get the 3 points on that one drive, maybe even a touchdown, you could be leading. Yeah, man, if the nuts couldn't make him play, if the nuts couldn't bring him over the top, man, I don't know what will. I brought out my nuts and everything to try to help him.
The stat out there is that teams that have scored more than 33 points that are not the Bengals are something like 51-1 as far as their record goes. It's a mind-boggling season that has to have Zach Taylor frustrated.
You compare this with what Kansas City.
Q, which team can be more dangerous with our defense? The Bengals, Ravens? Oh, if the Bengals had our defense, they would be like what? It would be 11-3 team right now. And free touchdown.
can't give up on the play if you're defensive back. You know that it's a free play for the offense.
Yeah, Cam Mitchell got caught with his eyes in the backfield.
So Jamar Chase, his leading 16th touchdown catch as they light him up for a 32-yard strike. Two guys that go back a long time, all the way back to their collegiate days at Baton Rouge. Just unbelievable.
And then how the hell was Jamar Chase one-on-one with Cam Mitchell? Like, what are we doing?
Continues to grow between those two, Burrow and Chase. And it's 24-6. And this amazing streak for Burrow continues. March in the company of some of the most prolific passers in NFL history.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. He's really had a tremendous season. It makes it. The better they play, the better he plays. The more throws like that to Jamar Chase for the Bengals makes it even more discouraging and disappointing. That there's a good chance that they're not going to be in the playoffs this season.
Well, if this thing holds, and if Cincinnati misses the playoffs, they would become only the second team since the merger to have the NFL's passing leader and receiving yards leader and miss the postseason. The only other time that's happened, the San Diego Chargers in '82, Dan Fouts and Wes Chandler.
I wonder if they're even going to put DTR out for the last 2 minutes.
Just incredible numbers.
Listen, what they got to do is, to me, the game of the year for Cincinnati to watch, to pay attention to, is Pittsburgh and Kansas City on Christmas. Because if Pittsburgh beats Kansas City, well, now Kansas City can't rest their starters because they're still playing for the #1 seed. And now Kansas City plays Denver the last game of the year. And to me, that's the Bengals' best chance of them getting to the postseason if they're able to win out the rest of their schedule.
Another reminder to stay tuned. The NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars, time permitting. Get you to the crew.
Yeah, what this game has taught me is that the Browns are absolutely underdrafted with Jalen Milroe or what's the guy's name in Notre Dame? Riley Leonard? Riley Leonard, yeah. They're getting one of those dudes who can run that ball.
Joe Burrow told us this week, said, look, my entire football life, when I played my best, we've won. High school, college, this has been a different experience. Just doing what he can to get this team back into the playoffs as they close in on their 7th win of the season. Jerome Ford, another catch. Brought down just shy of the line to gain at the 40-yard line. The official's going to say first down Cleveland. So the Browns are going to lose a 4th straight game. They're going to fall 3-12 on the season. Who knows what their offseason is going to look like? This
Good Lord. The craziest incomplete pass you've ever seen in your life. What the hell? First of all, why did he break that pass up from Jermaine Pratt, bro? I know Jermaine Pratt furious. Because 27 committed pass interference on him. Oh, it all ended up not mattering. It all ended up not mattering. Not Jazon Newton, but Newton committed 2 pass interferences. One on his own team and one on the Browns. Yo, what the Hey, how did Tennessee come back in that game? Good Lord, man. Jermaine Ifedi is just getting his ass beat on that edge every time, bro. Nah, Jermaine Ifedi is getting fucking abused. Like, We need to sign somebody to play left tackle, man. Like I know people turn their nose up at like Dan Moore, but dog, Dan Moore would be so much better at left tackle than what we got right now.
TR's pass a little bit high for Akins. 3rd and 10.
Well, listen, if you're the Cleveland Browns and you're Dorian Thompson-Robinson, like this again, he hasn't had a lot of belts on the wall as far as experience, and so there's going to be a tremendous learning process here. But I still look at it. There's so much uncertainty of what the quarterback's going to look like next year. Deshaun Watson, his health, when he can come back. What we do know is that the Browns have a lot of money committed to the quarterback position already. So, again, if Dorian Thompson-Robinson can prove that he's up to developing, he can give the Browns a low-cost option next year.
Hey, bro, he out there dodging bullets like Neo in the Matrix, bro. And is he hurt?
Here's running for his life on that play. 5th sack for the Cincinnati defense. Joseph Osai got there first for the Bengals. But you look at what happened with Denver, with that disastrous Russell Wilson deal. They were able to get out from under that because they go draft Knicks. You get the cheap option as a rookie. Who knows what this thing is going to look like for the Browns next season? That quarterback. 4th and 16. Last roll of the dice. And it's incomplete. Off the hands of Battle.
I don't think Cincinnati's linebackers are the safest type of receptions. They've had a lot of chances here in the last few plays.
Yep. Well,
The Bengals are going to get to 7 and 8, and then they're going to set the stage for a potentially huge game here.
do I see Jalen Milroe, the Jordan Love project? I don't think it's going to be 4 years for Jalen Milroe, right? Like I think Jalen Milroe definitely you need a season, or at least a bulk of the season. Like you're putting him in week 12, right? You need a season for him because he has some things mechanically you want to adjust. Yeah, and look, to be fair to DTR, did he play his best in this game? No. But he was also like at certain points in this game dodging bullets like the fucking Matrix right here. Like it is what it is. It's going to be real easy to get on the internet and pile on for DTR. But it is what it is. Oh, yeah, it was absolutely a fun stream. Let's do the post game real quick. I'm about to say, don't even joke like that, Leo. We coming out of here with something. McGuire, Briggs, and Hall look great. Hey, the future of your defensive line looks amazing. You know, the other line, you got some questions there, right? But the future of your defensive line looks amazing. All right, let's get the post game, man. Oh, Joe Burrow was on the ground. We'll know after the result. If you're somebody who really cares about draft positioning, you want the Titans to win this game.
Absolutely. He gave him like 5 yards. He was never close to Pittman and allowed Pittman to run right to the sticks and turn out such an easy throw for him.
Arizona lost. Arizona's losing to Carolina. That's a big result if you care about draft positioning too.
Quarterbacks that have had a less than 50% completion rate in a season. Taylor to the 46-yard.
The live was fun. Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah, this is where you have to, you got 3 timeouts. You got to make a stop here. You got to use
Y'all want to see if the Titans pulled it? Well, no, it's 8 points. They had to go to overtime. That's too much of a commitment.
Summary. There's been a lot of action so far from Richardson with his legs, with his feet. Taylor amazing.
We'll have to put the nuts back in the bag. We'll see if we get an opportunity to break out the bag later. You gotta go for that. You gotta go for that.
Here comes a 3rd and 5. Carolina will force Arizona to burn some more timeouts. They convert here.
Threatening blitz. Here they come.
Oh, great throw by Bryce Young. Bryce Young quietly been playing really well after getting benched. 4th and 2, and they're going to throw, and they got it. All right, let's do the post game. Yeah, let me wait till this Arizona game ends, and then I'll do the post game because that's going to be huge for draft positioning, actually.
Is in a world of hurt. Fresh set of downs for the Colts. Titans are starting to burn their
Yeah, the Titans are going to likely lose that game.
wonder if you just got the wind knocked out of him and tell you what.
Yeah, so we'll wait until the end of the Carolina game to do the post game. If you're following along, everybody sleeping on Beck. Beck's an option. Depends on when people go for Beck, right? If you go for him in the second round, I'm good on that. Beck in the fourth round, though, I don't mind that. Oh, what a throw. Catch. No, did he fumble? Incomplete.
You never stop competing through the ball. If Bobby Wagner can see,
Yeah, great job by Bobby Wagner breaking that up.
deep and you just touch him, it's a big explosive play. But watch, hand to hand through the ground. Those are different. Those are the difference of winning and losing games. Bobby Wagner's played at that level for his entire career. 13 seasons, 9-time Pro Bowl. Will double box in the Colts if they get.
Q, could you elaborate on why you would go D-line instead of cornerback in the first round? I think it's obvious to me. The corners, your corners, one, this is a Jim Schwartz defense, right? So the way that Jim Schwartz's defense is built is that it's built from the defensive line and up. So everything benefits from the defensive line, right? Joe Woods built his defense from the top down. So everything benefited from the secondary, and then the defensive line was an afterthought. So one, Jim Schwartz's system is built so that you want to have all of your strength on the defensive line because it's not the most complicated in terms of coverage, which means the coverage is always going to be what it's going to be if the defensive line can't consistently get pressure. So if the defensive line getting pressure is the number one priority of the defense, then getting a defensive lineman who can get pressure, run stuff, and force teams into third and fourth and longs, that's always going to be a priority over a corner. And then if we're just keeping it a buck, I like the defensive line prospects in this draft more than I like the corner prospects in this draft. Because I like Travis Hunter, but Travis Hunter has had an injury problem. Travis Hunter is very undersized. Travis Hunter is a zone specialist, which I think the Browns could use. And also, but he's somebody who's going to have to tackle a lot in the NFL. He's had a hard time keeping his body to stay up in college. And we already got one Denzel Ward, right? Like, best case scenario, he's another Denzel Ward. And then we're always guessing what our secondary is going to be. You have less concern about that with somebody like Mason Graham or Abdul Carter because you assume they're going to be out there because there's no injury card on them. That's why I like going defensive line over corner here. The talent, I believe, is better. The prospects are better than at the corner position. And I think it's just a better bet for the defense you're in.
Commanders right there. They hit a 1 or 2. Second down.
All right, hold on. Let me.
The 5-minute mark. If you happen to just be tuning in, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles.
All right, let's go triple box. You've got the drama that's already established in the Eagles and Commanders game. Bottom of your screen, basically the Colts just need to get away a clean punt here, and they almost certainly will close that game out. Tennessee.
All right, big 3rd and 3 here for Carolina coming out the 2-minute break.
2-minute warning timeout. Carolina with a 3rd and 3. A first down here.
Oh, a bad throw.
Open, but Bryce Young not accurate on that throw. Upper left-hand corner. Kenny Pickett going to take the quarterback sack. It's going to be 3rd and very long. And the punt for the Colts, the snap is good. The punt is away. Fair catch called. And they got one play, Tennessee, to try and make one of the biggest miracles in the last decade in the NFL. We'll watch that in a second. They'll load up the play clock there and get it going. But the Commanders,
They're going for it.
Of Philadelphia. Oh, and it's Arizona and Carolina. Yeah, they were considering maybe trying to draw them off sides here on 4th down, but certainly the analytic play is there. We'll check both of those games, Carolina and Indy, in a moment.
Pickett steps up and runs. Kenny Pickett leads the 26.
Oh, that's a flag. Yeah.
First down. Rudolph sets up. That's the final play. Throws it to the middle of the field.
Oh, God.
And that will do it. The Colts hang on and win it by a final score of 38-30. And they pick that flag up. Hopefully that's what the conversation is, because it's just simply not a foul. Well, if they do, it's going to be 4th down and 6, right at the edge of Jake Elliott's range. This gets involved there. Good job picking it up. And so it is 4th down, and it will be Jake Elliott coming out to try and give the Eagles the lead with 3:53 to go. This used to be a sure thing, as sure of a thing as there wasn't.
All right, let me try to get to the Panthers game here. Did they punt? Yeah, they gave the ball to Arizona. God. There it is. All right, this is a big one. You want Carolina to hold on here because that changes a lot. Murray pressured. Murray runs, stays in bounds. The Cardinals only have one timeout left. A field goal takes it to overtime.
Right there. It's a first down and a timeout. Michael Carter at the 40 here. They're trying to hold him up, let the clock run. You want to spike this and save that timeout. Just have to get into field goal range for the tie.
With that timeout, they've got plenty of time.
McBride takes it and crosses midfield near a first down. Chuckling catches 3rd of the game. He did get the first down.
Yeah, because if the Panthers win, The Panthers lose. The Browns are the 4th pick. If the Panthers win, the Browns are the 3rd pick here. He has to get rid of it here. The only issue, if you're a Shedeur stan, the only issue for you is that the Giants and the Raiders have the 1 and 2 pick. I don't find that to be an issue. Let Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders go number 1 and 2 overall if that's what people want to do. I'll gladly take Abdul Carter and Mason Graham 3. Gladly.
He's going to take off and run and try to get closer to the first down. Murray goes out of bounds, but he at least got enough yardage to give them a shot. And a long-range field goal. The clock's going to run here, it looks like, unless they use their timeout. What do you think?
I think he reached that ball out, I think, before the knee hit.
He got the first down. You got to call a timeout. Yep. First down. The officials, he's selling them. The officials took time to spot the ball or tell them whether they had the first, which they did give them the first down. Just kept running. You can see the official over there waiting his arm. Yards. We hit through 57.
Oh, wow. All right, so that game's going to overtime. All right. Why do you like Graham, or who do you like better, Graham or Carter? I like them equally as much. I don't think I like one more than the other. I tend to lean towards edges, so I think I would prefer Abdul Carter. I mean, not Abdul Carter. Now that'd be great. Yeah, Abdul. But I think you can't go wrong with either one of them. You know, like Mason Graham has the cleaner off the field reputation. Abdul Carter has like a DUI and I think something else in his sheet that's a little concerning, but he's just such a baller and the potential is through the roof with him. Like the upside with Abdul Carter is insane. He could be literally Micah Parsons. Yeah, so I tend to lean towards that. Yeah, 3, I think that you have to take the upside guy. You got to get Carter, right? But we'll see. So all right, so the Cleveland Browns gave it a full-on college try with Dorian Thompson-Robinson, right? From the few people who are still willing to advocate for Dorian, the one point that they have had is that Dorian has been thrown out there in situations that weren't necessarily the fairest to evaluate what he's capable of and what he's not. Getting a full week of practice to play one of the worst secondaries in the NFL, I think is a fair situation to be put in for a quarterback in his second year. And Dorian looked terrible in the first half. In the second half, he had moments where you could see the vision with him. And then moments where you couldn't see the vision anymore, right? Where he just makes these mind-melting mistakes. I keep coming back to it. At the end of the day, my big issue with Dorian Thompson-Robinson is I don't think he has the composure necessary to be a starting quarterback in the NFL, right? Just too many things start to snowball in on him, and he gets a little hesitant, and he doesn't pull the trigger, and he starts fleeting out the pocket. If I need anything from an NFL quarterback, I need composure. I need somebody who things can go bad, and they're not going to forget their fundamentals. They're not going to forget their coaching. And I haven't seen enough of that from Dorian Thompson-Robinson. And this game was another example of that, right? There were moments where Dorian got comfortable and he started to do what he's coached to do and take what's there, and it looked pretty decent. And then there were moments where pressure got there, or just the thought of pressure got there, and he got a little flighty, got a little scared, and made some bad decisions. So now we know, right? And I think that's the gift of playing Dorian Thompson-Robinson, is that you don't have to make decisions with the thought of what could Dorian Thompson-Robinson be floating around in the back of your head at any level. We know what Dorian is. Dorian is a quarterback who just is not ready for a starting role in the NFL and probably not ready for a backup role. And that's the case with them. I don't want to pile on. I know whenever a quarterback plays bad in Cleveland, we're going to call him all types of names and say that he's the trashiest quarterback to ever play. I've had my fill of pile-ons in all of that, and half the time the pile-on be wrong. So whatever. We can pile on him. We can act like there's never going to be a chance he does anything. Who knows what his future is? But as of right now, I don't think he's ready to be a backup. I don't think he's ready to start. The skill set is kind of intriguing when you look at him athletically, but his arm talent just isn't where you need him to be, and the size isn't where you need him to be to play the way that you need to play him to be more successful. Now, that's something I want to speak to about what the Browns did in the second half that I thought was pretty good. They started playing him more like a run-pass option quarterback, a RPO quarterback, and they started running him a lot more. That's when he started to have a lot more success. And I think that's an area, if you're the Cleveland Browns and you want to bring in Justin Fields, where you could see having success there, right? Or you're the Cleveland Browns and you want to draft in the second or third round Jalen Milroe, or, maybe in round 4 or later, Riley Leonard, where you could potentially see some success getting a bigger body, because just DTR's not big enough to play that style that he needs to play, unfortunately. But getting a bigger body in there who can run 10, 15 times a game if you need him to, and can be effective there. I think there's a pathway in this offense for a quarterback like that, right? Like when I was watching them play, I'm like, oh yeah, Jalen Milroe might make sense, right? Or Justin Fields, that might make sense if they try to do this, what they're doing with DTR, with those guys, because I saw some nice QB design runs in there, some really nice things playing off of the threat of the quarterback being a runner. Here's my bold prediction after watching this game. I think the Browns' next quarterback is going to be somebody we know primarily for their ability to run football. And if you think about it, it makes sense, right? What do the Browns want out of their offense? They want a slow, sometimes explosive offense that can melt away games in time of possession, so they can win games with their defense. What do the Browns have offensively? They have a couple, like Jerome Ford played well today. They got David Njoku and some decent wide receivers. So you could play a lot off that run action. I think this is part of the run the ball game plan for the Cleveland Browns, that they're going to get somebody at the quarterback position with the size to be able to have a sustainable run plan at the quarterback spot. So that's my big prediction after watching this game. What they did with DTR was successful in the second half, and I think that's going to be kind of a precursor of where they're going to be going forward, right? And I think even if they bring back Deshaun Watson, that's going to be the idea behind bringing back Deshaun Watson, just run him a ton. But he's coming off an Achilles, so I doubt that that's going to be like the plan A for him. But expect the Browns quarterback to run a lot more than they did this year, next year. That's my bold prediction. Y'all let me know if y'all think that's a good prediction. But I think that's the bold prediction here, right? Somebody brought up Jacoby Brissett in chat. I don't think that's invalid. I think like there's a million ways the Browns quarterback room can look. I think like 30-40% of those ways, those outcomes, have Jacoby Brissett on the roster. So I think Jacoby Brissett will find his way back here some way, somehow. But yeah, I think they're going to go with somebody who has the size and the athletic ability to run the ball a lot at the quarterback position. And then they'll build whatever they can build with the passing game on top of that. That's where I think they're going to be headed. Especially if they're not like, if they're in love with Shador and they get like the number 2 pick or something like that, they might do that. But I don't think that that's the case. So I think that's kind of where they're going to go. They're going to draft the best player available in the first round, get some beef on this offensive line, hopefully. And look, also another thing we got to consider, because, yeah, DTR didn't play well. But there were times where I was watching this game, and I swear to God, it was like watching Neo in the Matrix. How DTR had to, like, dodge edge rushers on, like, every set. Jameis Winston did a lot to cover up the bad tackle play. I think that part is clear. Whoever you're playing at quarterback next year, whether it's going to be Justin Fields, whether it's going to be Sam Darnold, they're not going to be able to cover up the quarterback play as much as Jameis has been able to, because Jameis is really, really good at that pocket mechanics. He's really good at that. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. So he has that pocket wizardry. That's not going to be probably what you have in your next quarterback. So if you are the Browns, you got to do something at left tackle. Bringing back Jed, not an option, right? Only relying on DeJuan Jones to be your left tackle, not a great option. Signing somebody like Chukwuefor or Tyree Phillips, not a great option. Reaching on a tackle in a draft class as at talented at the top as this one, not a great option. I think the option that makes sense for the Browns is one that a lot of Browns fans are going to turn their nose up when they first hear it. But if the money makes sense, I'm fine with it. I think it's actually a fine signing, a probably pretty good signing. Dan Moore is going to be a free agent, the left tackle from Pittsburgh. Now, I know y'all saw Miles get 3 on him, but he's not going to play Miles if he is the Browns' left tackle. And I think that's an option that makes sense for like a 1 or 2 year deal to just make sure that you're livable at left tackle, because right now the Browns are so far from livable and their options to get to livable aren't great. So definitely if I'm the Browns, let's try to get livable at left tackle. Get somebody like Dan Moore that you can bench if DeJuan Jones emerges. But if DeJuan Jones doesn't, or there's an injury from Jack Conklin, you can just easily plug in somebody like Dan Moore to be a starter. So that's another suggestion that I'm going to throw out there. I know people are, look, we got to keep an open mind when it comes to how the Browns are going to fix their problems offensively, because a lot of these options aren't going to be like the most desired option of all time, right? Like those options aren't falling into the lap of the Browns offense. What I would have loved if that there was a franchise left tackle in this draft. That's not the case, but there is a franchise edge rusher and a franchise defensive tackle in this draft class. So you probably got to go after those two. Another thing to look forward to if you're the Browns, and I'm probably going to do a video once these games end on these games, but keep your eye on the Jaguars-Raiders game and the end of this Panthers game, right? Whatever the result is of it, somebody in the comment section drop that result in there so people can know. But you're going to want to keep your eyes on this Jaguars-Raiders game. If I'm a Browns fan, and I am, obviously, I think you want the Raiders to win that game because Jacksonville has multiple winnable games after that. The Raiders, this is their last shot at winning a football game. Oh, they could beat the Saints, right? So I think the Jaguars are a better bet to win another game. So, like, if the Jaguars win another game and the Raiders win another game, then that clears you all the way to, like, potentially 3 or 4 if you're really worried about draft positioning. It also would take the Raiders out of being in front of you. And if your team trade back, that's important because you want the teams that are obviously going to try to go get quarterback in the draft to be behind you, right? Just so you can get a trade back in the top 5 and not miss anything. So that's something to watch out for, right? That the result of that Raiders-Jaguars game, I do think is important. And also, look, I don't know if the Giants are even trying to win another game down the stretch. I think the Giants are pretty much a lock here to get the number 1 overall pick. They play the Colts next week, which they could beat the Colts. They're not going to beat the Eagles. I don't care if it's Kenny Pickett or like anybody else playing. They're not beating the Eagles. So it's going to be pretty tough for them to win another game here. I think the Giants are pretty locked into having a number 1 overall pick. But the difference between the Patriots and the Titans being in front of you, or just the Patriots being in front of you, versus the Raiders and the Giants being in front of you, is a big one, right? Now, if you're me and you're not really fond of any of these quarterbacks in the first round, and you're not a big Shador guy, and you're not worried about trying to get a shot at Shador, then the 3rd pick is kind of where you want to be, behind Las Vegas and New York, because if those 2 teams go quarterback as predicted, then you get your fill at the top players of the draft at 3, which I kind of prefer. So that's just me laying out how this is going to be. Like, that's the one scenario where you could probably get Travis Hunter if you really wanted to, right? Like, there's a lot of different ways that can line up. I personally want the defensive lineman. So that will be interesting to see how all of this plays out. That being said, now we know about DTR. There is no more question. There's no need to pile on. That guy's not the future, obviously. I think we knew that before this game started. But there's not much to hold ground to other than like his ability as a runner. And I think you can take that ability as a runner and upgrade it in multiple paths. Again, Justin Fields would be an upgrade. You can get other running options in the draft. That's where I would lean towards. Defensively, and I do want to give this team credit defensively, I thought they balled out defensively after that first possession. That first possession was cheeks, but after that first possession, I thought they did a really good job of locking in defensively. And I think we should be legitimately excited about this Browns defensive line, considering that they could get one of the best defensive linemen in the country in this draft afterwards. But Isaiah McGuire came up huge in this game. I've been talking and beating the drum. Hey, Isaiah McGuire's been playing well. We need to pay attention. Some people haven't been believing me. If you haven't been believing me, this game was an example of it. Mike Hall, we've been beating the drum on Mike Hall as well, that he's been playing some really, really good football as of late. And we saw Mike Hall show what he has in his ability. You add another name to this defensive line. You add another can't miss guy on that defensive line. You're going to be giving offenses hell. And it's going to make it a lot easier to win from the quarterback position. And if you get somebody who can run a run-heavy offense, including quarterback run-heavy offense, I could see a pathway for the Browns to be a pretty solid team next year, a playoff team. So that's kind of what I took away from this game. No, the Browns didn't win. Yes, the Browns had an opportunity to be way closer in this game than they were. Threw an interception in the red zone, DTR, fumbled in the end zone. Deontay Foreman, who did not play after that, right? So right there, that's 10 points. Missed an extra point. I mean, this game should have been 17-17 with 2 minutes left if we're just being competent in not shooting ourselves in the foot offensively. Like, who are we going to – it's really the players on that stuff, right? I can't blame the coaching staff for Deontay Foreman dropping that ball. That's on Deontay Foreman. They ran him up the middle. We've been begging them to run up the middle on short yardage situations. They ran him up the middle. He fumbled. That's on him. That's why he didn't play for the rest of the game. DTR, got to be smarter with the football. Can't just throw it up for grabs on 3rd and 7 when you're in field goal range. Sometimes it's got to throw it out of bounds or take the sack. Throws it up for grabs, gets intercepted. Well, what you going to do, huh? And then, missing the extra point. I mean, that's solely on Dustin Hopkins. So I know we want to blame the coaching staff for all of these problems and fire somebody and fire the GM and fire them. Jimmy's already come down multiple times. He talked to Aditi Kinkhabwala today and made it clear he ain't firing anybody because he does not feel like the problems are the coaching staff. And that's what the decision is for the Cleveland Browns. And you can see how he has come to that decision. When you watch how the Browns lose, it's usually shit like we saw today, where players are just fucking up. So that's something to keep in mind. We got to stop making as many mistakes and shooting ourselves in the foot because the Browns should have been in this game. But if we're looking for things, when we're talking about replacing some of these players on the offensive side of the ball, so they're not there to make those mistakes. Hey, you want a more durable running quarterback who can more effectively run what the Browns were trying to run in the second half? That looked pretty good at points with DTR. That's going to be out there in the draft and in free agency. So that's good news for you. If you're looking for the defense to get even more muscle to this defensive line, that's going to be there in the draft. If you're looking for a running back you can rely on in short yardage situations, this draft has that. If you're looking for a running back that can hit more home runs, this draft has that. So that's what you should be looking out for. That's what you should pay attention to. Because, the Browns record is what it is. We could be mad about the result. We can rant about the result. But at the end of the day, the Browns got eliminated from the playoffs 2 weeks ago. So now it's more about the process. Let's figure out the process. Let's figure out what the Browns need to get better and focus on that. Got a couple super chats I want to get to. I'm going to do a ranking. I'm going through all the film right now. I want to do an early ranking. Henry said, give me Travis Hunter or give me Def. I don't know, man. He's a corner at the end of the day. I want that edge. Who do you like better, Graham or Carter? I think I said Carter. I like them both, though. But, look, man, and also we got to be real about this. A franchise edge rusher changes the fortunes of your defense way more than like a shutdown corner. If Panthers are able to score here, should we want the Panthers to win? I don't know. But we'll see how this weekend shakes out. Y'all, appreciate y'all for joining me. Appreciate everybody for hanging through what's been a tough. Y'all, want to thank y'all for joining me. I want to appreciate every single one of you who have hung tight through a very tough season of Cleveland Browns football. Let's hope they make some good decisions in the offseason and become a better team than they were last year. Everybody have a great day. Have a better night. Peace.